Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. We were having some issues there for a second. Let's make sure that we're actually broadcasting. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Dungeon Master this evening. Tonight, we are carrying on with part 2 of our very special one-shot set in, or I guess first off, playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and set in the world of Eberron, the land of the last war. We are playing these 2 sessions to celebrate the Feberon event that our friends at Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse are having. From now, at the time of recording, there's still 2 more days for you to head on over to the Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse and enjoy the 20% off discount they're offering on their Eberron, was it Gold Edition Eberron Rising from the Last War box set. It is much bigger in person than the forced perspective I have on mine here. It is. You can find a link to the Beetle and Grimm store down below. We don't. Beetle and Grimm has not sponsored the session. They haven't asked us to do this. We just thought we would do this because Beetle and Grimm have been extraordinarily generous in support of the Heroes Save Villages charity initiative that we run on the channel. So. Last session saw a bunch of heroes come together and get thrown into some circumstances that were a little above their expectations, I suppose. Let's start off with introducing who's playing tonight, who they're playing, and then we'll talk about where we find our heroes at the open of this session. First up, we have George.
Oh, hey, I'm George. I'm playing Jak Velderan, who is a half-orc artificer of the 5th level. He's an artillerist, and his background is urban bounty hunter.
Very nice. Next up is Andrew.
Hi, everyone. I'm playing Mini Musgraven, a 5th level gnomish rogue mastermind.
Very nice. And a reporter, intrepid reporter.
An intrepid reporter.
Next up is Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, and I'm playing Varg the Vicious. He is a barbarian of Path of the Beast.
Nice.
He's an orc.
Yes.
Full-blooded orc.
We actually forgot about his special abilities when he rages last time, too. As soon as we finished up the session, I was like, oh yeah, we didn't have him get any kind of claws or teeth or whatever when he raged.
Oh, yes. Of course.
And last but certainly not least is John.
Hey everyone, I'm John. I'm playing Beardad Greenborn. He is a sorcerer of the Green Dragon bloodline, and he is from the Hermit background. And he will be your, friendly neighborhood lightning bolt shooter.
Excellent. And we are expecting to see one more player later this evening as well, too, but he's running a little behind right now. But we will do our introductions for him and his character when we get there. For now, guys, what happened last time? I guess one thing I'll mention is that there is a familial relationship between at least 2 of the characters as well, too. What is that? I mean, you can tell from the picture that Beardad and Many are obviously related.
Clearly.
Varg and Jak are half-brothers.
Right.
Yes.
So, guys, what happened? I guess let's start with this. Where did we find all of our heroes at the start of last session?
Well, I guess we kind of actually started with Jak on board a ship, having been away from his homeland of the Shadow Marches for about a decade. And he ran off his, maybe an appropriate term, to join the military in the last war.
I'll bring you over the map here. There we go.
And even after the war, he kind of stayed out in, kind of trying to hunt down war criminals, etc., as a bounty hunter, but eventually decided that he was going to head home. So we met him on his way home, coming to the capital of the Shadow Marches, Zarish-Ak, which you can see there with the star, and very contemplative and unsure what he was going to find since it's been too long, but assuming it was going to be exactly as he left it because nothing ever changes in the Shadow Marches.
Yeah.
But when he arrived, things were very different than he expected, to say the least.
Mm-hmm. What about Many? Where do we find Many when we first met her?
Not that far from Jak, in fact. Minnie was hiding in the dark gloom of a corner of the boat ship, spying.
The boat ship.
Boat ship.
Someone else who comes from a landlocked province.
Either that or Minnie is a real sailor, and she said boat, and then the sailor corrected her, and she said, "Oh, sorry, ship. Sure, your ship." So yeah, Minnie had been spying on Jak. Well, not specifically on Jak. She was more interested in the person with whom Jak was speaking, who was carrying a little satchel that she was interested in grabbing, and successfully managed to do so.
Oh, that person. That's right. Someone who Jak spoke to as well too. That was, of course, Bertok Torn.
This mofo
Of House Tharashk. That is not an easy word to say.
No.
Tharashk is not exactly... House Tharashk does not roll off the tongue at all.
Yeah, I agree.
Keith Baker, take notes. Jeez. And then what about Varg, Beradad, and Gharat? I think you guys were all together. Where do we find them at the outset of the adventure?
Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay, well, we were waiting. Well, I think Beardad would actually know this a little better. We were waiting for a contact or something at the docks.
Beardad had dragged you to the docks to look for a specific halfling he had dreams and visions about.
Right. And upon arriving there, I found something very interesting, which was my brother came off the boat, Jak. And sort of as we were approaching, then a giant mechanized machine appeared from somewhere deeper in the city and began an assault on many, we believe, is who it was after. But we managed to take it down and flee the city.
Well, many saw someone who seemed to be, while everyone else was running away, someone seemed to still be keen on the attention on many, and that was, of course, this as yet unknown man.
Yeah. And we decided to ultimately head to Dimwater. Well, there were some revelations
Along the way.
from Varg as to what transpired after Jak left. I don't know, Jeff, do you want to explain what a bastard I am?
Well,
Speaking of bastards,
Yeah, exactly.
I guess since Jak left, things had gone pretty bad for Varg. Jak left behind a child that was with the orc that I was in love with, and I took the role of father and married her, and then she passed away and kind of left me and the child alone. And now recently our father has also passed, and basically what are they, dragon clans, or what are they called?
the dragon marked houses.
Dragon marked houses have begun moving in to mine our hometown area, and the people are being downtrodden, and that was part of the reason that Varg had left, to come out and try and stop them.
Mm-hmm.
And in my defense, I did not know that this woman was pregnant. However, the dick move part was that I slept with her, knowing that Varg was in love with her.
Basically.
Yeah.
I never find out, but then of course I find out because of the baby.
Yep. And then, John, anything to add from Beradad's perspective?
About the bastard?
No.
No.
This is actually, this whole second part of the session is going to be a custody hearing, so
Yeah.
enjoy.
Oh no!
These are all the witnesses. It's actually
Yeah. Well, you guys have been asking for a courtroom scene, so, you know. I hope you've been boning up on Shadow March's tribal law. No, the general situation, John.
Oh, yeah, we discovered on the way to the next little town that the houses are engaged in some shady stuff regards to dragon shards, and it's where since the Shadow Marshes already exist on a place of thin connection between this world and a very bad place below, they are in danger of freeing something that my dragon patron has warned me is going to shatter the world and burn it. And we know that they're planning an assault on the village, and we were on the way to intercede.
Where you guys are is equidistant between Zarashak and Varg's home and Jack's hometown in Dimwater. And then you guys have also learned something about... well, first off, hey, Hobbs, evening.
Hello.
We also learned something about a device that was coming in as well.
The bomb.
Yes. A highly explosive device that could potentially take out a massive area, may be detonated in the very near future. And that the amount of destruction it might wreak would potentially rip open the thin veil between the material world and the underworld, which would be incredibly bad for everybody, except maybe the houses that are engaged in doing it.
Yeah, and there was some discussion about the potential motives behind the houses as well. Why would they? And I don't think you guys have a clear answer to this yet. But there was some talk about the cult of the dragon below, or perhaps just a more simplistic mercenary reason.
Right.
All right. And Hobbs, where did we find Gharat at the beginning of last session? We were just getting caught up in what happened last time.
At the beginning of the session, we were in. He was with his friends, Berdad and Varg, waiting for a contact that we were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Am I supposed to expound? Am I stalling for something?
See if there's anything further you had to add. All right, and we ended, of course, with a small sample of the chaotic weather that can take place in the Shadow Marches. You guys remember everyone's favorite?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. So, where our session opens, guys, is back at... Let me make sure I got the right place here.
Yeah.
I do, okay. This is back at that old, ancient, and abandoned ruin where you guys set in to try and get away from the that creature. You have just defeated that thing. The rain is still coming down. You can still hear the keening that you heard from the others as well too. There's that odd, like warbling voice that seems to carry on the wind and the rain. What do you guys wish to do? You guys have you will have 5 minutes to take a short rest if you like. Oh, and we are back as well too. You guys have 10 points of astonishing fortune for tonight.
Awesome.
Well, I mean, I want to kill you right away, right? So
right away, you want to give us a little bit of time.
Hey, we got to run. Yeah,
suffer.
Yeah, just give a little more extra time. Okay.
And just to make it clear what we had been talking about doing when we left off, we knew that there was this bomb, but we also knew about this potential raid on Dimwater. And so we had, I believe, decided to head to Dimwater, which is on the way to the mine, in order to warn them and then continue on to the mine and see what we can do about this potential explosive.
Yep.
And that's when we got attacked by this insane rain.
Yep. A way better name than I gave it. I'm going to change it right now. Look at that. Okay. Then, guys, what do you wish to do next? Anyone want to spend any hit dice or anything like that to top up?
Huh. That's a good question. You know what? I think I will spend one hit die just to try to get myself back to. Oh, here we go.
Oh, Manny's a little hurt as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Manny got grabbed by a tentacle.
Yeah.
There it goes. Ooh. All right. I'm back at full.
It's yep, a good start. Bless you.
Oh. There you go.
Bless you.
Let's see.
Beardad will stand watch while the others rest.
Okay.
That's wow. That's exactly what I needed. Roll 20. Thank you.
Nice.
Won't happen again.
Remember, do we get character ability points back on a short rest?
It'll say on your character sheet for which ones come back. I don't think your
Alright, perfect.
can't remember if your bardic stuff comes back on a long rest or a short rest. I think it's long. Most of those small abilities come back on long, except for don't warlocks recharge each time?
I think they get a spell slot back.
Okay. All right.
I don't remember.
Okay. So we are topped up. Beardad, you're down still by a couple. Are you okay with that?
It is only a flesh wound.
Okay. And hopefully not infected by whatever that thing was that bit you. Although, I
I'm
mean,
of the acidic
Right.
line.
in fairness,
Acid will purge it.
it is unlikely to be as bad as when, Varg did put one in his mouth.
Oh God, that's true.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's gonna be no consequences to that at all.
And then he jumped in the water, too. All right. So then, guys,
yeah.
why don't we, yeah, so if you guys, do you want to, like, how long do you want to rest here? Are you just waiting for some of the worst of this rain to pass, or are you guys going to be heading on, or what? Braving the rain again?
I am in a rush to get to dim waters.
Yeah, I don't feel like we have a lot of time to waste.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So then, guys, why don't we, let's see here. Why don't you give us a survival check, please? Whoever, and anyone can aid with that as well, too, if you want.
Better that is skilled in survival.
Okay, nice.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I can aid.
The swamp is my home.
Okay.
Ooh.
Varg's
Not
distracted.
very well. Not very
Yeah.
well can I aid.
Yep. Okay. All right. You're the backseat driver for the bog boat. All right. So then, guys, you guys hop back in and head on. As a reminder, too, this is what the region that you're passing through, in contrast to that vibrant and life-filled swamp that you guys had passed through before. What you're finding is dead and corrupted land instead. What's troubling is you're still hearing, as you're going along, you can still hear the sound of things splashing into the water the odd time. The rain ends almost as quickly as it began. Let's see here. Yeah, that's the one I want. There we go.
And was the insane rain something that Jak has experienced before in the Shadow Marches, or is that something that's new?
I think Gharat has traveled the most extensively in the Shadow Marches. It's not inconsistent with what he's heard, what he's experienced. You know, his folks traveled up and down. The Shadow Marches is a very insular region, but his parents still managed to travel as kind of like a, basically vaudevillians, but orcs, going around singing and stuff like that for their suppers. This is sometimes what happens. Like there's just strange. Sometimes like you'll see a tree will just warp. You'll find an albino tree that seems to have scales on it for no apparent reason. I mentioned that like Kyber, the dragon below, is definitely a place that the gatekeeper druids kept protected from here. But this place also happens to be close and have thin walls with the realms of chaos and madness. Zoriat is the realm of madness. I can't remember what the realm of chaos is. So it's unfortunately you didn't roll good enough to learn that. Sorry,
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's if your question is whether this is something that is targeting you, and that's a reasonable assumption given that your adversaries have the mark of finding on them.
Yep. And I do as well, so I know the kinds of tactics that might get used. So was why I started wondering.
Most definitely. Do you think Jack had spent any time with House Tharashk at all, or?
I think maybe at the onset of realizing that, like, because he had the dragon mark, he would have to join the house. He entertained it, and that's what his family wanted him to do as well. So he did have some exposure to the house, but I think pretty early on he decided that this was not for him, and he left.
Yeah. Remember I mentioned that there were, unlike other dragon mark houses, House Tharashk does not have a singular surname. Velderan is one of the 3 clans that make up House Tharashk. So you would have family members that likely would have been interested in seeing you become a member, probably on your mom's side.
Okay, yeah, and so that was just furthering my betrayal of my family and my people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the prodigal son.
On the plus side,
wants me to be back.
Jack is very consistent. So
that is the one thing you can say about him that's positive.
Yep. All right. So then, after another like 6 hours or so of traveling through this region, you guys finally get to the outskirts of Dimwater. And tell me, how do you guys, Varg, that's your hometown, or rather it's your town where you've been living, Gharat and Beradad. You guys have found refuge and support in Dimwater in the past. What's the normal sort of approach for you guys? Do you guys just, come up, and this is a town of maybe like 50 or 60 people. So it's not, a thorp is maybe a better descriptor for it. But it is, no, that's not true. It's probably bigger than that. It's 100 or 150 people. And it's so, like, the way that the marches are, you don't really need to worry about, like, there being a road that's leading in that will be watched or something like that. Like, it's in the middle of nowhere. Every hamlet isn't, a bastion or island, in the middle of the wilderness that is the marches. So do you just sail up, or is there a secret way you go in to announce yourselves? The town itself is up on stilts, as is common in the Shadow Marches as well. What do you think, Varg?
I feel like he probably sneaks into just about every place, but maybe not this place. Maybe this is the one place where he just sort of comes in and comes home.
Okay.
Yes.
So, just like other villages in here too, this seems to sort of come out of nowhere. There is Dimwater. I'll move it down just a scooch so you guys can see. There we go. I didn't leave the dynamic lighting on, did I? You guys can actually see it?
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Already getting off to a better start. All right, so then the one noticeable difference here is that as you're coming up, these places, because of how dangerous the marches can be, the villages tend to have a lot of people living in a house. Families are close and crammed in, and you make the most of the space that you've managed to elevate out of the water. When you're building a new home or an extension to a home, it's a big ordeal because you need the whole village to pitch in to help, put the piles down, to build the foundation and stuff like that. Like it's bring the supplies in. But as you come rolling in here later in the evening, the rain having subsided to just it ended a while ago, but it kicks up again. You got a kind of a hazy mist falling down right now. There's not a single light that you can see in any of the homes. There's not a single chimney in any of those houses that has a tendril of smoke coming out of it. And what is normally a respite when you come rolling into this town is the smell of orcish cooking. There is none of that either. What do you guys do?
Well, I'm assuming that my home is somewhere in this place.
Yep.
Where Yargle would be. I think that's the first place I would head to check if he's all right.
Okay.
If he's here, if what's going on now.
Sure. So, am I correct in thinking that Varg, essentially like runs part of the length of the boat and leaps onto one of those platforms?
Yeah.
So it's racing away. The whole boat kind of shifts as he does. What do the rest of you guys do?
I'm following Varg.
Getting out of the boat?
Yes.
Yeah. But I think I'm going to move a little bit slower because this is not the way my town was when I left it, and I'm assuming by the way that Varg just reacted, it wasn't that way even when he just left it recently.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of clocking all the different places, looking for what has caused, people to have disappeared or go underground or whatever has happened here.
So
I'll bring up the rear.
Apart from the substantial, flashes of memory that you're having as you're making your way, trying to catch up to him too, I imagine that you're also your attention keeps being, pulled to the things in the town that are different.
Totally.
Like, the Markrosh place, they've got another house on now too. They finally must have, the daughter must have finally gotten married, and they've added a new platform across these two places. So you're a little distracted as you're making your way along.
And I think I'm distracted also by the fact that like I'm remembering all the like emotional moments that like I didn't want to have to remember, especially like with regard to all the revelations of the previous day.
For sure.
Yeah.
What about Gharat and Many? What are you guys doing? Who's the last out of the boat?
I think Gharat was probably antsy. I mean, he's obviously feeling down and a little concerned about this area and the revelation that it was going to be harmed, but it was excited to see the people, because normally that would be maybe a performance or something to get hope and happy about. And then with everything, then feeling a little downtrodden, not sure, he doesn't really want to impose on Varg and whatever he's going through. And not sure about this gnome, so just kind of silently maybe guiding the boat this last bit as we were getting closer.
And I think you passed by a platform where that like as soon as word gets out that you're in town, kids come racing over to see you, and they start singing the last thing, like one of your famous chants or songs or whatnot, something that's got like a rhythm and a round to it that they can start singing and never end. Something that will really irritate the shit out of their parents. So, and you're seeing like there's just, I think even as you're going by, you maybe see on the on one of the platforms there is one of those crudely made toys that the parents make here in the limited spare time they have, and that the kids cherish forever and will never drop. What about you, Minnie?
Well, if Gharat was eager, maybe Minnie's the last one out then. And just kind of like I've never been here before, and which is saying something considering my career has brought me quite far across the continent, and so a mixture of never having been here before, the whole swamp like thing being also new and not particularly pleasant, coupled with what
Dr. Holland will be a little insulted with you saying that swamp thing's unpleasant.
Coupled with the news of what we know is coming here, I think she gets very somber.
Well, I think as you're going through as well too, you can hear them running along. Your mind goes back to 40 years ago, when you were working as a war correspondent still. And
this feels like being on the front lines all over again.
This is before the last war kicked off. There was no thought to the threat of building a town. A town built on a border between two nations was a boon, because their trade would be easily facilitated between the two. It'd be a haven for collecting taxes going across and all sorts of things. You can remember a town. You were accompanying a group of Siren troops to a town that bordered on the nation of Karnath, or what was declared as Karnath after the war kicked off. And you had a similar experience walking through, and it's as if every last living soul was scooped up and brought away. At that time, you know that the destination for those lost souls was the necro weapons labs maintained by the Karnathi scientists, and that they would be fodder for the undead army that Karnath threw at its allies. And you can't help but think that, this is hopefully going to have a happier ending to it. Varg, you reach your house. What do you do? What do we see as you reach there?
I guess, like I said, you see him rush in, and run probably straight to what would be his son's bedroom.
So we said Yargol is 10. Tell me a little bit about Yargol's personality. Does he take after his father, sullen and kind of withdrawn, or does he take after his stepfather, where threats are met with violence? Like, I'm guessing, I'm trying to figure out would there be evidence of him trying to escape, or would there be an evidence of a fight here?
There would definitely be evidence of a fight here.
Okay. So
you wouldn't go down without a fight, basically.
So a tiny consolation is seeing that whoever the captors were did not get away unbloodied, because you can see a broken piece of there's some blood on the ground, but it is on a broken piece of jewelry, and you go down and scoop it up. And the marking on this piece of jewelry, it's an orcish amulet.
Yeah.
But it has the marking of Kyber on it. This is from one of the tribes. I mentioned last time that the orcish tribes are divided into two different groups. There are those who follow the ancient doctrine of the gatekeepers, the preservers, and there are those who worship the dragon below. These were taken by the cult of the dragon below. Now, to the best of your knowledge, those tribes have not allied with any of the dragon-marked houses. They're fanatics and nihilists. No rational person would hire them as a mercenary. Yet that seems to be what's taken your son. The rest of you guys kind of reach the house at this point. Jak, Varg is living in your old family home, and nothing has changed about it.
Okay. What happened? I see that he's, I'm going to guess, looking somewhat distraught. He seems very emotional in general. Is that right, Jeff?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm immediately going to move. I'm going to keep I just can't help but keep looking around. Like, that's just in his nature after 10 years of kind of being a reconnaissance scout and then being a bounty hunter. So I'm going to be doing that, but I'm really focused on Varg, and I'm moving up to him because I realize something bad has happened.
You can see that Varg, I think, has in his hand a toy that Yargol plays with, and it is one of your old toys, Jak. What is that?
I think it's a wooden carving that my grandfather gave me, and it's of an orc, like a orcish hero from legend.
Okay.
And I always used to come up with the adventure stories in my mind about what it would like to embrace my orcish side, and that is actually one of the things that was with me when as part of me as I made this decision to leave, because I wanted to go out and become a hero like this ancestor, which was given to me by my grandfather.
Okay. So then, Varg, You walk out. There is no sign of Yargle in there. There's no sign of anyone. If any of you think to poke your head in any of the other doors, the doors are open. And
Well, when Varg heads out, he heads to the sort of the main living space.
Yep.
And he's got his head hung down, and he says, "They took him." And then he picks up some piece of furniture, like a little wooden chair or something. "They took him!" And he smashes it, and then he just begins absolutely thrashing the living room and destroying it.
Okay.
And sort of once he's smashed everything into a pile, he takes the little toy and he carefully sets it down on top of the pile of trash.
Okay.
And I think Jack will put a hand on Varg's shoulder sort of from behind and say, "We'll get him back."
We've let him down.
We'll find him.
Manny,
Better.
do you hear voices? You lean in. Manny, what languages do you speak again?
Oh crap. We never nailed this down, I think, because so Gnomish and Thieves Can't. I think we had discussed Goblin would make sense because my mastermind gives me another one, I think, right?
Okay. So not Orcish then.
I don't think so.
So you hear a language. You've heard Varg curse in Orcish in the time since you've met him. It sounds like someone's speaking in Orcish and coming in this direction.
Hey, everyone. Varg, just shh.
Varg, when you stop, now that Manny has drawn your attention to it, you can hear someone in Orcish saying, "I swear I heard something over here. You heard it yelling. None of us are left there."
His blood boils. And he says, "Leave one of them alive if you can," and he'll run out the door towards the voices.
Fantastic. What does everyone else? So as Varg goes racing out in search of prey, what does everyone else? Minnie's hat flies off her head. Wait, what?
Beardad was watching the display of anger and rage with what appears to be cold, dispassionate eyes, but on the inside he feels a burning rage in his own chest because he's come to know these people.
Yeah.
And he nods just distinctly at Varg and follows him outside with quick steps.
Love it. Okay, give me.
Jack immediately draws his arcane firearm, just checks it, make sure it's ready to start firing.
Yep.
And he's gonna head after Varg.
Okay. Give me a sec here, guys. I need to set something up. What about the rest of you guys? Gharat? What are you doing?
I think Gharat gets a wild grin and heads off. I mean, he's not a fighter, but he's not against a scrap after something like this.
Yeah. Okay. And all right, give me a second here. Just need to finish setting something up here. All right. And I also need. Okay. So as you, Varg, are you making any noise as you run, or are you trying to keep yourself stealthy and silent here?
I don't think he's being stealthy. He might have even kicked the door off the hinges on his way out of his house.
Okay. All right. So, guys, as you come racing around the corner, what you find is in what it kind of doubles as the town square here, where the closest of the platforms are all kind of they meet in a bit of a big circle, and then there are steps down into a central area. You come racing out, and you find waiting there
Whoa.
Raiders. It's as you suspected. The orcs in dim water are devotees of the cult of the dragon below.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
So these are the... Oh, okay, they're raiders.
Yeah.
They're not the people of my village.
Well,
Absolutely not. These are the people who are who ally themselves with the dragon below are nihilists.
I wouldn't put it past these deviant house members to work with them,
Yeah.
especially if they've.
Here's a tenant to give you an idea of a tenant from the cult of the dragon below is our existence is a chrysalis state, preparing us for transcendent immortality within the bowels of the gibbering mouther.
Well, that's charming.
Yeah. The Lord of Eyes sees all secrets. Its gaze elevates the unworthy and slays the unbeliever. Drive doubt from your heart, and you will see reality through new eyes. Tattoos and scarification across all of these are varied, as is often in the case in the Shadow Marches. There isn't a uniform consistency between these, but you can definitely tell who is in charge, because there is one big, burly, scarred orc with a huge skull headdress, massive horns, likely from a basilisk. And he looks over at you guys. Let's see if he's surprised. Where's mine? Oh, you know, I gotta drop. So I was rolling last time in chat, wasn't I?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do it again. Okay. Where is it here? I'm going to put these up here. We'll just do this Theater of the Mind if you guys don't mind too.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So there we go. Let's see if this chucklehead is surprised. I'll set it as a DC 13, I think. So, wisdom. Or her one. He is surprised. A lot of them are. Nice. Okay. So, guys.
That's what I was.
Oh, hold on, guys. Are we having
Oh,
difficulty
wait.
with the stream? One sec.
Oh, yeah, something's wrong with the stream.
No, stream's back.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, I don't know if it popped out or what. I'm showing no drop frames, so that's weird. Maybe it was on YouTube's end. Anyway, all right. So first up, we have highest to lowest. Varg, you're up first. What are you doing? Assuming these guys are probably 2 moves away from you, so you could, I guess, charge in, or you could double move to get into some of them. They're sort of spread around in different groups. So put them in groups of 4.
Okay, he you know what? Actually, he'll charge the nearest one.
Okay.
And he will rage.
Okay.
And he will yell out as he runs in. He says, "Which one of you knows where my son is?"
Okay. In common, in Orcish.
In Orcish.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll. Okay. Make sure.
We do
Grab
this?
my cards.
He would do
I'm getting
this.
used to my cards finally.
And he will.
Oh, nice.
This first attack anyway is a reckless attack.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's a. So, and were you doing the weapon or great weapon master thing again too?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a 12 and a 12. Oh, 11 and an 11. That's actually not good enough, unfortunately. Because of the -5. So you swing wildly. Now, you can spend 2 points of Astonishing Fortune to re-roll that if you like.
Do it.
No.
Okay.
He's just raged.
Okay, then it is Many on a 3. What are you doing?
Jack's next.
No, Many's next because we're going down.
Oh, sorry. Right. Many is. I'm gonna find a little crevice and uncanny action and hide first.
Okay.
Can I hold? That's a bonus action. Can I hold an attack action until I see? Well, I see Varg in combat now, so I guess that's the thing I was gonna wait for. That's to it. So I'm hiding.
Sure.
And I'll wait for someone else to be in melee range.
Yep. Give us a stealth check, please. Then next will be. Okay.
Oh,
That's not great.
that's
Next is Jack. What are you doing, Jack?
So I move to get to close. I'm not closing to melee range because I am pulling one of these rune slugs out of my bandoliers are crisscrossing my chest. I pick the one I want. I see the little marking on it that I need right now, and I jam it into my arcane firearm, and I fire at the main nemesis here.
Yep.
And maybe if I can get a few others, who knows? But I'm gonna pop my spell into the chat here. It's a web spell.
Nice. All right.
The DC, as you see at the bottom, is a 15, and it's a reflex.
Okay, so 20 feet.
Dexterity.
20 feet cube. So let's say this.
Yeah.
Why don't you give me, for sure he's going to be potentially caught in it. Let's say...
That's my main goal, is to get him, so...
Give me a 1d4 roll. 1d4 will be how many of the others are caught in with him.
One other one, that's fine.
Okay, I'll put this one next to him for now. I'm going to make the dex save for 1. Boom. Nope. One of them is caught.
Right.
And then for him...
Oh.
Close. Yep, he is caught.
Oh, excellent. So they're both restrained. I got to maintain concentration on it. But they're restrained until they break free.
Excellent. Okay, so web and web. Alrighty. That's awesome. Okay, then it is... let's see here. I just missed you guys. Where did I put you? Oh, Beardad and Gharat. What are you guys doing?
I have a question.
Okay.
If an enemy is restrained, can they still make melee attacks against nearby people?
I think so.
Okay. Then I will target the small guy right next to the big guy.
Oh.
And I will say, do not attack the one with the crown on his head.
Okay.
Like that crown of madness.
Okay. Which one are you targeting? The one that's restrained?
Right next to the big guy, yeah.
Okay, go ahead and click on Crown of Madness.
It's there.
Oh, wait, hold on. I got myself scrolled up. That is a problem. All right, I need to make a wisdom save from this guy. Let's see here. Boom. Nope.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
So
on his turn, I want him to attack the big guy.
I'm just double
You just see
checking.
Beardad cast it out, and his iron crown just goes around the guy's head, and his eyes blaze with madness.
Okay. Did you say madness or badness?
Mad. As in insane.
Mad badness, bad madness.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
And then I'd like to spend 2 sorcery points and quicken.
That reminds one of the worst fucking lyrics of all time is from that song Obsession. I can't remember the name of the band, but there's a lyric that says, "All my goodness has turned to badness." It's just the worst. Terrible line.
Yeah.
Well, and in the video, the lead singer too shows does this comically oversized smile and frowns. Yeah, thanks, we got it.
I wasn't sure what you were getting at there, but
That's what you meant by badness. Oh, sheepers. Yeah. Okay. Restrained. Speed comes 0. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Attack roll, and his attacks have disadvantage. So I was checking. Okay. I forgot to grab my DM screen. Then it is. What about Gharat? What are you doing, Gharat?
Gharat singles out a few of these minions and curses them with a Bane.
Ooh.
Oh, you guys want to see it, don't you?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 creatures of your choice make charisma saves. Okay. So let's check this here. And we're going to get on your back into the scrap here.
That's pretty awesome.
Okay. And it's here. 1, 2, 3. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god, nice.
Jeez.
Got those out of the way.
Okay. Then it is
I'll
the
give-
end.
Sorry, I'll also give Bardic Inspiration to Varg.
Nice. Varg, you got a point of Bardic Inspiration. Remember, you can use
Which
it
you
for...
I was going to say you can also use it to block attacks. You can add to your AC.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. Then, guys, alrighty. So we're going to roll some initiative. Let's see here. Why don't we start... Everyone was here last time, so let's start on the far left, and we'll work our way right. So, everyone decide what you want to do with your round. And then George, starting off with a middle ground here, beat my 11.
All right, let's see what we can do here. 14.
Excellent. So I'm not acting... most of these are two-handed. Yeah, so I'm on a 9. I think most of you guys will be up first. All right. Oh, you know, actually, while you guys are entering that, I'll put a health bar under a big bad guy here.
You do -2 for a big weapon, right?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I did that wrong last time.
Okay.
I think my total is -3.
All right. And bottom. There we go. Alrighty. So then, guys, we have Baradad up first on a 17. What are you doing, Baradad?
I'm going to use my main action to maintain concentration on my spell and have him attack the big guy.
Okay.
As a bonus action, I'm quickening a firebolt at the big guy.
Okay. Go ahead.
Let me go to my...
Oh, yep, that's a hit. Now, because it's a firebolt, what happens with web now?
He takes additional fire damage.
So yeah, it's in here. Where is it?
Like literally,
Okay.
it's a 5-foot cube, I think.
Okay, the weapon of fireball.
Yeah, so it's not
Yeah,
like...
any- Yeah,
George,
2d4.
Yep, go ahead, give us 2d4 roll. And he's now freed. All right, 5 points of damage. Okay. Then it is... oh, you're kind of... now, hold on. How's Crown of Madness working? Is it on his turn he makes the attack?
Yeah, on his turn, he spends his action making an attack.
Got it. Okay, then next up is Many. What do you do, Many?
I'm gonna run up and join Varg in combat.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a bonus action first to help Varg.
Okay.
So Varg, your first attack this round will be with advantage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to unleash hell on this thing.
There we go. You have advantage because they... no, actually, for you don't because you rolled a 9 on your stealth.
Do I... but I still get my my sneak attack, I believe, because I am in combat. I'm in combat with an enemy with whom another ally is also in combat.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead.
Get it.
So, dagger...
15 is a hit. Now let me make a health bar for one of these suckers, and then I'll just cut and paste them for everybody else. Oh, what am I doing?
Well,
Come on, Madison.
roll it? It didn't roll it. Hold on.
Oh, sneak attack damage. Right.
It's not letting me... There we go. It didn't roll it didn't show the actual roll, but it did output something.
Okay. There we go. Oh, I haven't put the names down. I put down the names for myself, and they didn't display them. There we go.
Dragon Blow Chieftain.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And there we go. I'll move them down so you can see. All right, and then the damage. Holy shit, that's actually enough to kill him outright.
Wow.
What does it look like as Many comes out of nowhere and unleashes gnomish fury?
The orc is caught completely not completely unawares. You saw me coming. He's probably caught more by surprise by the sheer veracity of an attack from such a small little creature.
Yep.
Shank.
Yep. Femoral artery slashed, and this thing just staggers as his leg gives away.
I kind of looked at Varg as the thing he was attacking falls. I'm like, sorry.
Then, Jack, you're up next. What are you doing?
So now that I see that the Dragon Below Chieftain is free of the web and may pose a danger, I will first use my Hunter's Mark as a bonus action on him. So I've fired my little little dart that's beeping and lighting up, and then I will train my firearm on him and fire a firebolt.
Oh man! Yep.
So 21 total.
Okay.
14 fires.
Does that include your Hunter's Mark damage, or does that not?
Oh, sorry, nope, it does not.
Okay.
We'll roll it. There you go. Oh, one more. I'll take it.
Hey,
Every little bit helps. All
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Then it is. Let's see here. Then it is Gharat. What are you doing, Gharat?
Gharat starts cursing out one of the nearby hoodlums.
Okay. What does he say?
He just unleashes a string of insults at one. The dragon below is folly, and what is our group called again? I forgot.
Skybreakers.
The Skybreakers are falling upon you.
Okay. That is he failed. So go ahead and give us damage. Nice. Okay. It's a little bit. Go. Okay. Then it is Varg. What are you doing, Varg?
he is just going to continue attacking this little group he's in. He is not using his great weapon this time, or fighting recklessly.
Okay.
But his first attack is at advantage because of
solid hit. So in one slash, one of them goes down. You have an extra attack.
Yeah, second attack. This one is not at advantage then.
Okay. Solid hit again. 12 points of damage. Oh, your what do you call it? Your primal animal, whatever the hell, rage thing. What is that manifesting as?
The form of the beast.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay.
I think at this time it's manifested as his normally large orcish mouth is sort of this like twisted grin of vicious teeth.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Then it is the Reaver. So let me make the attack on the Chieftain first.
I think since the web's gone because Jack didn't concentrate on it, that they're no longer entangled.
He's no longer. No, the other guy is. We just read that. It's only the 5 foot area that's freed.
Oh, I think since he didn't use his action to concentrate on it, it ended.
No.
Okay.
Let me go. No, web isn't a concentration spell, I don't think. Okay. So he misses, swings at the Chieftain and misses. Then he gets a Wisdom save. Try and get free.
Yes.
Okay. Failed.
Oh, whoops.
It's okay.
To click on that.
All right. The Chieftain frees himself, and he will charge in on Jack. So he's only going to be able to make one attack here. And he charges Jack. The rest, let's see here. We're going to have 2 more charge in with Varg and Many. So 4 on you guys. Gharat, that one that was facing you, he and the other 4 are going to start throwing javelins. The other 4, I'll bring them over here, Baradad, because they're going to start throwing javelins at you. That guy is still mind controlled, so he's not doing squat. And then this leftover guy will start throwing javelins at, I'll roll randomly. 1 to 3, it's Baradad. Yeah, against Baradad. Alrighty, so here we go. So we got first Bear Dad. I'll go right to left here. So Gharat, I've got one that's running up on you. Yeah, with his great axe. I don't think 9 hits you. And then I got 3 javelins on you. I think that one might hit. 2, 3. Only one of those hits, right? The 5?
Yeah.
AC 16.
AC 16, great.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you're only hit once. On Baradad, 5. Falling on you. So this is... There you go. Here you go, B-Dad. So... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1 hit.
2, 3. Okay. So that...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last one was the 6th one?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yep, the last one is a cheat. I'm cheating.
Okay. The 17.
He has 2 hands. Ah! So you take 9 points of piercing damage. We got... okay, let's hear. I got 2 on Many and 2 on Varg. So here on Varg, we got a great axe and a great axe.
That is 1 hit.
1 hit for 12, and then on Many, that's a 24 and a 10.
Ooh. Well, the second one doesn't.
Okay, so 5 points of slashing damage, and then the War Chief comes charging in on you, Jack.
Yep.
First thing he does is scream out a battle cry. Oh, he should have done that before. He'll do that next round. Because he can't go back and bomb Berlin. Brings his axe around. And... 17?
17 would hit, except Jack slams a little button on his trench coat, and this invisible barrier appears.
Yep.
Well, it doesn't appear, but it manifests and blocks the blow. I'm glad Hobbs appreciated that. And it deflects the blow. So I got a shield up.
You see, the trick is, you thought I was basing the character on Outlaw Josie Wales. It's really based on Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, it's a mashup. It's a
Yep. Okay.
Everybody's been waiting for it.
Okay. Then it is... I think that's the end of the round, guys. So we're on round 2. Well, Bear Dad, you got that inspiration dice as well, too. Remember. Once again, George. Everyone decide what you're doing, then George beat my 11, please.
Here we go.
I got inspiration.
Yes.
Nice. Sorry?
No, Varg does.
Varg does.
Oh, Varg does. Yeah, sorry, not Bear Dad.
Yeah.
Forgive me. Oh, I'll take his little thing off there. Here we go. All right. So then, first up is... Oh, who am I missing here?
It's me. Hold on.
All right. First up is Many. What are you doing, Many?
I'm gonna move over and keep helping Varg thin the horde here.
Okay.
So
So you can tell Varg from the way that Many is dancing and kind of jabbing and whatnot and drawing the attentions and feinting at these things. She has clearly been around soldiers before. Because she's helping to set up adversaries for you that are just giving you great openings.
Yeah, so I'm gonna once again use help on him by like trying to distract them with all my movements, and simultaneously making sure that the one I strike is one that he's close to, so that I can get my
Advantage?
sneak.
You got it. Okay. Oh, 15 again. Holy smokes. All right. So then, you deke them back and forth. One of them swings down low at you, and you just stomp on its foot. It sort of reaches down to grab its foot, and you bury your sword in its neck. Another one down. There may be more to this gnome than meets than a first appearance there, Varg. Then it is, if that's the end of your turn, Jack, what are you doing?
So he's right up in my face, and I'm assuming he's much bigger than me.
Yep.
And so you would assume that one would want to move away from this creature, but instead, in like a little John Wick moment, Jack like grabs a rune slug, jams into his firearm, points right into this guy's face, and fires. And he is a gunner, and therefore does not get disadvantage on ranged attacks within 5 feet of an enemy. So here comes our fireball.
You get a point of astonishing fortune for quoting John Wick too, because I love that film. All right, so hold on.
Great.
A 13 though is actually not going to be good enough though.
I figured, but I have astonishing fortune that
Okay.
we've just gained, and I'm
Do it.
therefore going to use it because I gotta make it work.
Far too good of a setup for sure.
17.
17 is good enough.
Was it 2 for reroll or 1?
2.
2 for a reroll. So that's 28
2 for
damage.
reroll.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he staggers back a huge hole in his chest. In his armor. Smoke almost completely concealing him. Is that it for you?
I just say you took my, and I'm about to say son, but I say nephew.
Oh man. Okay, then.
Like the it's the John Wick dog
Yeah,
reference.
totally.
Yeah.
Okay. He says, it's just a fucking kid. And then you shoot him halfway through. Baradad, what are you doing? You're up next.
Baradad, he clutches the javelin in his chest. He's like, "Grr," and then he waves his hand at the 5 that just shot at him, and he tries to put him to sleep.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. 19 hit dice worth of creature. Now, hold on.
19 HP for the creatures.
Okay.
I think we probably get 1 with that.
What's the radius of it?
Um,
Can you click?
I want to say 20.
Click on the
feet, but if you
sleep
click
spell.
I did, and that's what it rolled. It's a.
Well, if you go into
No, there's two.
spells.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 things.
There you go.
Awesome. Thanks, John. Win 20 feet. Okay, yeah. So basically, the ones that were shooting at you, they all drop down asleep. Oh, they get a
Nice.
save, don't they? What?
They do, yes.
Hold on. I may have spoken too soon.
Wait, no, they shouldn't get a save.
But
I don't know why I put that there.
Let's see.
Starting with the creature that has the lowest current hit points. This is a favorite spell of mine. That's why.
I don't think they get a save. It's just affect up to 19 hit
Oh,
points.
19 hit points worth of creature, not hit dice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I think
hold on.
correct.
Oh, so
Yeah.
two
More
of them drop
limited
down.
than
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 of them drop
And-
down. Hold on.
And so he's gonna use his quicken again, and he is going to drop a fog cloud around himself, just so they.
Jesus Christ. Are you sure it's not Dorman you're playing?
You gave me these spells.
He knew. He knew.
The only thing is that it has to be a cantrip for the second spell.
Oh, you're right. I can't do that then.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No.
How about this? I'll do a mold earth and move the dirt from under me and drop 5 feet into the ground.
You're standing on a platform in a swamp.
Oh, that's not good then.
No, that'd be bad.
Why don't we let you sit on that and consider, that for next time? Then it is, let's see here. Gharat is up next on a 12.
All right, Gharat is going to bury his axe in this guy here in front of him.
Please do. Oh, shit, that's a solid hit. Yep. And a bunch of damage. There we go. Yeah, it nearly takes him down in 1 stroke. Do you have anything else you're doing this round?
No, I think I'm good.
You good? Okay. Then it is Vargolak simultaneous with these guys then. Oh wait, no, hold on. They got a +1 dex. So they'll be
I have +1 dex.
Oh, so simultaneous then. Oh, so you should have been on a 13 then. Or a 10, Varg. Because -2 from heavy weapon.
minus
-2
two
for
from-
two-handed. So I'll bring
And
it
then
down.
+1.
+1's 3.
dex.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So
No,
it's
you're absolutely right. Yep. Simultaneous. Fucking Friday brain.
I know, me too.
I hear you.
So heroes are up first. Go ahead, Jeff.
All right, here we go. So the first one's with advantage.
Please do.
Krashi.
Oh, yeah. Is it the injured one you're hitting?
Yeah, probably finish him off.
Yep. Another one down.
And then another attack.
Solid hit. 16 damage. Okay, let me... Oh, that's actually... I don't need to put him back. He's dead.
And while he's doing this, he's yelling. He said, If you know where my son is, you better speak now.
Okay. Then it is them. So first we'll go with the war chief. We'll go back left to right this time. Now he has the full tempo. Swings that massive great axe faster than you could have expected. 15 points of damage. Yeah! Kicks you to knock you a little bit off your balance. Are you able to defend?
I can't because it's too. Even if I put up a shield, it wouldn't do anything. So it wouldn't be enough. So I'm gonna take that damage.
Okay, and then he swings again. Oop.
Now you had said you wanted to do something else with his screaming or something this turn.
Oh, I did, but this is more fun to hit you.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't know if it was an extra thing that you forgot to do. Okay,
I hit you so hard, I knocked Andrew's camera off.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Yeah, so I can't block that one, of course, either. So I'm gonna be in some serious trouble. But I've had some. I'm not out yet.
Okay. Your flesh will feed the mouths of the mouther.
Just for interest of fairness, I didn't concentrate, so that guy's free.
Okay. Doom. Oh, from the thing, yeah.
Mind control, yeah.
Oh, okay. So then, did we lose Andrew in chat as well, or just in Roll20?
He's out.
Yeah, we lost them both.
Lost them both. Okay, so we'll see.
Yep.
That was a hard hit.
Internet crash.
That's amazing.
Yes. Okay, hold on. I'm picking up the dice.
I mean, you would think that I would have gotten knocked off, but like
went through you into the second line.
Went through me. Yeah.
Incredible.
Well, I just realized everyone else is a jaw sound. Jason, George, Jonathan, and Jeff, and so if someone's going to get knocked out, there's one that doesn't sound like the others. I don't know.
One of these things is not like the other.
Yeah.
All right. Varg, you see out of the corner of your eye that this chieftain is just about taking down Jak in 2 strikes.
Yeah.
2 sweeps of his mighty axe. Then we've got...
All the rest of us are going to be down too, though, so don't worry about it.
There we go. So this is on... Gharat, does that hit you?
17, yes.
Okay, so one of them, the one that you're knocking down, responds in vicious kind. And then the others are actually going to try and cheat and come running in as well, too. They're racing along, jumping over platforms or railings. And let's see here. I'm going to give them disadvantage because they're just trying to cram themselves in here. So let's see here. That one is a 9 is a miss. 21 is a hit, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So you take 9 points of piercing damage from one of those javelins, and then Yavaline, a 6 or nat 1 is not going to do it either. All right, so you're hit by a couple of them. Then Beradad, the others will. Hey, Andrew's back. Oh, we can't hear you though, Andrew.
You're probably muted in chat.
Yeah, if you rejoin the chat, they probably muted you.
There we go. There you go.
All right, so
sorry.
Beradad, here we go. 1, 12, 2,
No.
19,
Yes.
3, 16.
Yeah. Yes.
And then the one that is left, let's see if he can free himself.
Sorry, no. You're right.
Okay. And a 7. The other one is still stuck firm in Jak's web. And then the one on Varg. So this is gonna bring up that great axe of his and down. A nat 1 is not gonna do it. Okay. So then it is the end of the round, guys. We're on round 3.
I have a question that will determine what I'm doing.
Okay.
How many of them are in a line?
They're sort of scattered all over. The look of this place doesn't facilitate clean lines, unfortunately.
Darn.
Yeah, I'd probably say 2, maybe 3. You can catch if you're doing a lightning bolt. Okay, then and here we go. George still kicking my ass with initiative. How'd you beat my 20?
Oh, I mean, come on, this is insult to injury. Like literally.
This is where you roll a nat 20 and ties go to heroes.
Here we go.
Ooh.
No.
Okay. Second verse, same as the first here. Let's start with the small ones. All right. Actually, oh yeah, there's a 13-point difference. I think there's no chance of you guys acting before.
Yeah.
So here we go. We got a couple of javelins on Gharat. My best roll is a 10. Best roll is a 13. Best roll is a 21. And you take 4 points of damage from one of them. And then that
He's
nearly...
down.
Are you really?
Yeah, you just
shit.
done like 50 points of damage to me.
All right, so then they get you down there. The ones near, or that were targeting Beradad, we've got 3 javelins on you. Nat 20, so 6 points of damage.
Okay.
9 and an 11, so those miss. They're still trying to get, and they're sort of spreading out, having seen you drop some of their allies down with a sleep spell. The one in fighting a Varg, bring that great axe up and down again. Ooh, 23, but he chokes it on damage. I'm going to take 4 points of slashing. And then this War Chief.
Yeah.
Great axe. O'clock.
Oh.
And then he brings it back. Yeah!
Oh, that's gonna hit, and I cannot shield it.
Oh no!
So I'm gonna be going down.
Yeah! Varg, you see your brother go down. That's the end of my guy. Oh, I got one trying to get out of the... Breaks himself free of the webs.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, and they, you know, because of the concentration, like it's over now that I'm down. So
Oh,
it's free.
I just remembered something.
What's that?
Yeah. I don't drop to 0. I go to 1 instead
Right? Because you're...
Oh yeah.
with relentless endurance.
Yeah, yeah. You both, I think, Jack, you have that too, don't you? Or no?
No, I have.
Because you're
Yeah,
Thrash.
I have Dragon Mark. Yep, exactly.
Thank God for the mark.
Yeah.
This thing's bullshit. Then our heroes are up here. Manny, you're up first on an 11. What are you doing?
Same thing. I'm gonna attack, help Varg out.
Okay. There's only one left engaged with you guys here.
Oh, okay, hold on. Sorry, give me a sec. My character sheet closed when I crashed.
That's okay. After you will be Beradad, and that's it. Jack is making a death save for us.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll just roll it.
did Gharat get an initiative in there?
Struck one.
I don't think I did.
No, I
I'm
don't
down.
think so.
Woo-wee!
Holy smokes. Yep. So Varg, you're about to take this thing down, but once again, Manny stabs this one in the foot, and it staggers back, and she just slips it in and out between the and the inside of the calf, and it falls over the side, sploosh into the water, and disappears beneath its blackened surface. Then Gharat, where you're in with what? With probably with...
I was trying to look up my heal right here. It's
sure.
First level spell, so 6.
6. Okay, so you are up next.
7, actually, I guess, because I have a +1.
Okay.
All right, so it's a bonus action.
Yep.
So I'm going to chop this one dude and then do a healing word.
Sounds good.
Beradad needs to take his action.
Oh yeah, Beardad, what are you doing?
I'm going to target a point about 25 feet away from Gharat so I don't catch him in the spell and try to hit all the little guys surrounding him. I'm
With
casting
what?
sleep on the enemies surrounding Gharat.
Okay.
I'm
So
doing it
the one
high
that
level.
Gharat's fighting drops down, and that's it.
Well, I'm rolling hit die affected. It affects multiple creatures up to...
Right, but I'm telling you, did you do it at a higher level?
Yes.
Oh, okay, hold on there then. All right, so Gharat, you're about to hit this guy, and then you see the one that you're facing drops down, asleep, and then I can get 2 more. 2 of them drop down, leaving only 1 facing you.
Then with my action, I'm going to try to duck behind some kind of cover, and that's it.
Okay. All right. So then it is Gharat. So you only have 1 left right now. Or you could coup de grace that dude in the ground. That's good enough. And he is All right. And then go ahead and make your healing roll. Then it'll be Varg.
Varg has seen this leader drop his brother, and he'll rush over,
Yep.
charge him and attack, and yell something along the, "You'll not take my family from me today!"
Okay.
And
Here it comes.
he will attack recklessly.
Yes. Nice.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, holy shit. So what does
And
that
I will
look?
use my bardic... Oh, I don't need to, or what?
No, you absolutely do not. So
Okay.
as this is coming down, this guy turns, his eyes completely, ablaze with rage and frenzy, and your axe just cleanly severs his head. That basilisk horn helmet of his drops down into the water. Why don't you give us a free intimidation check, please?
Use your bardic performance on this one. Oh.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea, because that was a terrible
D8.
roll.
Yeah.
Ah!
12 is still good enough. You scream out. And on the next opportunity, all the ones that are awake that are not engaged in combat will be trying to flee. So then, guys, that's the end of round 3. We're on round 4. George, we thank you for rolling initiative for us for so long. I'm sorry for saddling you with that nat 20. Andrew, you're up next. Everyone decide what you're doing with your round, and then... Andrew, beat my 14, please. Yeah. All right, so there are a number of them that just flee.
Is there a speed for administer a potion?
I think it's 0.
0. Okay.
Yeah, so it's whatever you rolled. The speed factors only come in when you're doing something that's either like faster than normal.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay, so then it looks like I'll be up first with one attack on Gharat. So this is Yavaline City. There we go. 10 is not going to do it. You just, with your injury that you have inflicted on him, it's sent his blood boiling, which is not uncommon amongst the orcs, especially those who venerate the dragon below. Baradad and Many are up next. What are you doing?
The Baradad reaches into his coat, pulls out a potion, and just drinks a little bit.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Are they still all like they're still surrounding Gharat?
They're asleep. There's 3 of
Except
them
for
that are
one, yeah.
completely asleep, like lying on one of those staircases that's kind of leading up or down. And then there's a villain in melee.
Yeah. Okay. Help won't necessarily. You don't even need help. Advantage. You probably already have advantage, so that's not going to do you any good.
No, I
will.
don't.
I'll throw it to. He
I
doesn't.
don't have advantage. No.
There's one guy up.
Oh, yes. Then I will use help on Gharat. I can do it up to 30 feet because of my mastermind capabilities.
Okay,
Assuming I'm that close.
Sure. So maybe you yell.
I feel that.
I think one thing you have picked up is with your keen ears, you've picked up profanity in Orcish. So you scream something at the one that's fighting Gharat, and he's kind of like looks over, providing that moment of distraction. Baradad's gone, Many's gone. Gharat, speaking of Gharat, you're up next. You got advantage on this attack.
Ugh, I'll use the thing. So
Astonishing Fortune?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There we go. Oh, natural.
Yeah. It was worth
Okay.
it.
Yeah, he looks over, and then Baradad, you see your opening and bury your battle axe right between his eyes. Falls down. The rest are asleep. For how long?
Well, it's round 5 now, so it's a minute for the ones that just dropped, and then whatever minute minus 5 rounds is for the
Okay, yeah. So there's still plenty of time. All right.
Paradise is Borg.
Jack.
I got 5 of them.
Jack is down, though.
Oh, shit.
Jack, give us a death save.
Oh, well, we're acting.
Few
Well, actually,
failures.
I'm faster than him, aren't I? I actually should have been a 6 because I have a dex bonus.
Yes. Yeah, you're up first. What are you doing, Varg?
So I drop to my knees and I, pry open his mouth and pour the potion into his mouth, So you're not leaving me today, brother.
Nice. Go ahead.
I don't know what that does, but he does it.
2d4 plus 2.
I think if you click on the item,
Oh,
it
shit.
might work.
Yeah, it's possible.
It's possible.
No. Oh,
I had to roll it manually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, here's the.
2d4 plus 2.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice. All right. So then you're up to 9. Jack, you sort of sputter and come awake, and you see your brother looking down at you. And what is the expression, or how would you describe the expression that Varg has on his face, looking down at his brother?
I think that sort of the scary, crocodile toothy grin is just fading, and it's turning back, and you actually see him smile, probably for the first time since you've met up with him.
Nice.
And I think on the other end of it, Jack at first seeing the scary version of Varg is like, is he about to murder me? Like, what's happening? And then when he sees a smile, he has a slight smirk and he just gives a nod.
Nice.
All right. So the rest of you guys, there are still. What happens next? You've got 5 unconscious surviving members. What do you guys?
Gharat is moving among them, spitting Kyberians as the chunk of his axe hits each one, leaving the injured one alive. For
Yeah, because Barrett is like, don't kill them all.
I think many. No, I'm going to hold off on that. I think there'll be a moment afterwards.
Okay.
I'm just observing.
Okay. So Minnie is cleaning her short sword. There are still 2 left awake on the far side as well. Or left asleep, I should say. What are you guys doing? Gharat,
I think.
Gharat will finish him off.
Yeah.
Okay. So you race over and... All right. There you go. So there's only the one left sleeping. What happens next, guys? You will have 5 minutes to take a short rest.
Yeah.
That's
So it is.
what I want to do.
Pulling javelins out of him. He's like, ah.
Nice.
Okay.
Varg will tie up or restrain the injured one.
Yep.
And he's careful to make sure that the rope that he's tying around him, that he makes knots, and he pulls those knots very tightly into the wounds that it has, so that when he wakes up, he's in tremendous pain.
Yeah, and this is your home too. Like the village is completely abandoned, but you have your free. Like you could tie him to a chair, to a pole in the swamp, to the dock, to whatever.
I think
you
he's
want.
sort of like lashed to one of these ladders that head up, and maybe I've got him upside down so that his head is just down by the water level. The top of his brow, maybe the as the water ripples, is almost like splashing him in the eyes.
Oh yeah, when his blood's dripping in there, you know that something's going to come.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he comes to. Release me! Release me now!
Where did you take my son?
There were so many children taken. Which one was yours?
And I'll pull the knots tighter on his sort of, and I'll make sure that he can tell the blood is dripping in the water. You plan to die here today, Orc?
That is a certainty, isn't it? I am not afraid.
Hearing him brag about how many children, many, saw a lot of shit in the war. I walk over to where he is, and I lean down, take out my dagger, and kind of sideways angle, slide it into his thigh an inch or two.
Okay.
And I stop there and I hold it, and I look at him. Yes, but that doesn't need to happen quickly.
Okay. Give us an intimidation check, please. I'll give you advantage on that between Varg and Many.
Barrett is like, I like this gnome.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So his eyes are kind of looking wildly.
Get this monster away from me!
She's the nice one.
They're at the camp. They're held at the camp. But they won't live long. They've been promised to us.
Would I have some idea where these this clan camps?
With a little bit of prompting, you find that it is there is a region nearby that has a couple of like unusually large trees that grow, and it's near this. They call it the Blackened Bog, and you know precisely where that is. It's probably about a day's travel from here.
Okay.
What he also tells you is that this is a mop-up crew. They came back to pick up. Your family was taken a day ago. And so they would have just arrived at camp by now. They were sent back to pick up any stragglers who were returning back home that were missed.
When you will do nothing to save them. Your child is dead. Weep for him now.
And then Minnie just adjusts her stance slightly.
yeah. Adjust the stance. I'm adjusting the knife. I'll look at Varg. What you say?
I think Varg. I think Varg says, "Do as you will, or leave him to die. It makes no difference to me."
All right. With what I hope is one nice smooth motion, the dagger comes out of the thigh and immediately up into his chin.
At the same time, Jack has walked up right behind Many, who's smaller, and as Many's knife is going in, he fires into the guy's head too.
Disintegrates into the water below. The particulates of particles of bone and brain matter slowly kind of form a skim underneath and then drift off, carried by the gentle current.
Baird walks over and just like toes the body into the water and spits.
Okay. What do you guys wish to do now?
You know where we're going, brother?
Our enemies have been ahead of us at every step. And now we have a choice to make. Do we save the people and doom the land? Or do we save the land and have no people left to live in it?
How far is... Do you know how far... That's good. How far is their village or whatever they call where they live?
A day's journey from here, as is the device.
Yeah.
And not in the same direction.
Sure. Okay. So,
What?
I'm going
Are
to
you saying yes, they're not in the same direction?
No, sir. I'm answering to John. I'm interrupting you guys. I'm just being I'm being rude in general. So I just want to finish what you guys were saying, then I'll address what John's.
Well, I was just asking if the where the cultists are is a day in the same direction as the
Different.
mine. Different. That's what that. Okay.
Yeah, different. Yeah. Though what Gharat will tell you is that it is upland. So if there's any issue with flooding or whatever else that would come from the mine, it would be safe from that. Whatever other effects that this device may have, I mean, he can't speak to that, but they will not be flooded by the destruction of the mine. This place, most likely, though.
Right.
As much as it pains me, I think our only option is to hope that his words were lies, stop the bomb, and then save the people.
I think you are right. That is our only option.
Being a shitty father is my default role, so
Yeah.
Yeah. So we leave him, right? Okay, great.
yeah. Bingo.
We're in agreement.
We'll check back in 10 years. See how things
my
are.
God.
All right. So then, Baradad takes himself aside and tell us about what you're doing while you try and contact your patron. Now, this doesn't really work generally. Generally, they arrive unbidden.
So what he's doing is while the others discuss the plan in hushed tones, he goes off to like a little quiet corner and just plants his staff into the ground and just leans over it, and he just directs his thoughts out to the swamp and to his dragon patron, and just asks him if the time for action is near. Should we rush and rush to the mine, or can we spare some time to save innocents?
Okay. So you...
And he's not looking for like a direct response. He's like more of an instinct to rise up in him.
Okay. So you plant the staff in the ground. Remember, the ground is all marsh here as well, too, right? Like this is so you plant it down. The water here is probably about a foot and a half deep.
And what he'll do is he'll activate his staff's ability to turn into a 60-foot tree as he plants it, and he just leans his hand against the tree to beseech the dragon.
Okay. Thing grows up. So you're leaning against there. What does he say? What do you say? Or are you just mentally
It's
thinking him?
just internally reaching out to him. The dragon only comes to him in quiet.
Okay. Manny shouts out from the far side of the village, "A tree attacks us!" No. What you... so you close your eyes, Baradad, and is this the first time that you've tried to contact him directly?
It would be, yes.
Okay. So...
Because he feels pulled, like he knows his mission, but he really has grown attached to these people that the dragon sent him to be to.
Sure. So you close your eyes, and then you hear the sound of beating wings and something landing on this mangrove tree that twists above you. You look up, and you do have quite keen eyes. So you spot, sitting amongst the eaves and the reaching or clinging vines coming down, you can see a small, tiny, green dragon, but with a tiny little stinger in place of a reptile's tip of a tail. And this thing sort of flits and looks at you. It's not much bigger than, a small cat. But it looks at you, and its eyes match the same color as your own. This thing flips off from the tree and flies off in sort of one direction away from the camp. From the village.
Okay. And do I know the direction is towards the mine?
It is not, actually. Neither the mine nor the camp.
He's going to keep his gaze locked on the dragon as it flies away.
Once it gets to the point where you can't see it in the haze, it seems to fly back and kind of circles around. And then it disappears into the haze again. If you don't
Same
follow,
direction.
it circles back a third time.
Okay. He'll leave his staff planted and walk in that direction.
Okay. Give us a dex check, please.
Sturdy.
Good. Okay, so yeah, you're able to manage your way through this swamp almost as if you were born to it. Though you'd probably have black scales if that was the case. Then, after a span of maybe about 15 minutes, the same kind of thing, it comes out and just within vision and then disappears again. You finally find yourself walking up towards a broken stump of some long dead tree on a small patch of earth that pokes its way out of the fetid waters that make up the bog around here. It sits on there, its wings folded against its back, just watching and waiting for you to approach. When you get into within about 50 feet, this thing flits back and goes skyward and is soon lost in the haze that hangs around this region. What do you do?
He watches it until it disappears, and then he just approaches the stump and then just takes a seat and just sits there for a few minutes.
It gives way. This thing is not well. Whether it's the bogginess of the earth or an unsettling of the thing, or perhaps a sudden flooding that has happened in here, this is not very secure in here. It feels like it could be turned over or fall over with the gentlest of motion.
Then he'll just look at the stump and just hang his head down and just wait until 10 minutes pass.
You are staring at a stump for 10 minutes.
And he'll just sigh. He knows what he needs to do. He's just trying to find a way out of it. And then he'll just nod.
Are you trained in nature?
Nature? He is not, no.
Okay.
But he'll turn around and start making his way back if nothing else occurs.
You start making your way back, and you hear something lands again on the stump. You look back, and once again, this small green, pseudo-dragon is perched on this stump. Kind of moves to a side, moves to the side again, and it kind of creaks. Even with his gentle weight, it moves a little bit. It's very loose.
Bernadette will walk back over to it.
And now, this time, just within sight, it's circling above you.
He'll reach down to the stump and try to move it.
It moves aside as if you were opening the lid of a chest. You can see there's a bit of a mess of mud underneath, as if it was churned loose by the roots. It's much looser. You would not think that with the amount of roots in the bottom of this stump, even being dead, that it would have come out as easily, but what do you do?
He reaches, he rolls up the cloth on his arm and just reaches into the mud and starts seeking.
Okay. So you spend, it's only maybe 10 seconds worth of rooting around in the mud when your hands touch something. And you pull it out. And it's a dragon shard. You can sense the power coming off of this thing. It is a dull, kind of yellowish color. But as you wipe the mud off of it, you can see that there is a slight green iridescence to it as the light catches it. It's about maybe 8 inches long, and it's about a quarter of that thick.
He'll grip it in his fists or in his hands and then just look up to the sky and nod his head. And then
the pseudo-dragon flies off.
He'll stand and make his way determinedly back to camp, to the village.
Okay. And almost as if planned, you can see that large tree, that mangrove tree, clearly through the haze. And you're able to find your way back to camp quite easily. Do you guys think that you guys would have noticed Bernadette's absence in that time, or were you guys occupied with other stuff?
I think I would have. I have a passive investigation of 17 for my bounty hunter ability, so I think I would have picked up on the fact at some point that he was missing.
So you see Bernadette coming back to town. He's clearly been outside of town for a time. You've, I guess, press ganged everyone else to go looking for him. You weren't sure if there was any other. Maybe this orc was lying, and there were other members of the raiding party.
Yep.
But yeah, what do you say when you see Bernadette making his way back towards town? Is Bernadette making any effort to try and conceal this thing?
The shard? Oh no, it's clearly visible in his hands as he's walking up.
Yep.
He hasn't even taken
So-
the time to wipe the mud off of his arm.
I rushed towards him. Like, where were you? What are you okay? What happened?
I was seeking guidance from my patron.
And I think that's when I probably noticed the shard, especially considering I'm marked.
Yeah. So you can.
What? I feel like it tingles my dragon mark.
There's a
Where
flare
did you
of
get
light
that?
from the side of his neck.
Yeah.
Baradet will reach over and touch the tree, and it shrinks into his hand into the staff again. And he plants it on the ground and says, "Despite my wishes to save the child of Varg and yourself, our destination is the mine. Time is short."
Okay. So then, guys, is there anything you wish to do? It's night now, and traveling at night through the marches is, a surefire way to get yourself lost. Effectively, that's not true. You guys have some of you have night vision, just nasty things hunt at night, and you guys have been traveling all day. What are you guys thinking?
I think we would rest and leave before the crack of dawn, kind of thing, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of the
I'm gonna. Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Go ahead, Andrew.
If there's a moment, I think can't quell the reporter in many. She takes out a pad or a scroll or something like that, and she's taking some notes on what she's observed, what's happened here.
And then I stabbed the motherfucker in the jaw.
Hey, at least it's not matricide this time.
And step up. We'll turn the sign over. One campaign since Andrew killed his mom. Vicariously.
I love you, Mom.
Yeah. All right.
Baradad's gonna spend some time
Nice. So Gharat, guys, Hobbs just reminded us that because of his cheering spirits, you guys get an extra D6 bonus. That's what it's from, isn't it, Hobbs?
Yeah, the Song of Rest.
Yeah.
nice.
So you didn't have to spend that second one, Jeff. You got a D6.
Yeah, but if we're resting, I'd get them back anyway.
Are we going for a
Well-
long rest or not?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I don't have to, but
Yeah.
Well, I think we're doing long rest, but just as a reminder, if I remember correctly, Kev, the healing rules we're using are you get half your hit dice back, but you get 0 hit points back after a long rest.
Full hit dice back.
you get all your
Full
hit
hit
dice
dice back.
no hit points.
All your hit
Got
dice
it,
back,
got it,
no
okay.
hit points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're gonna want to
So
spend
yes,
your hit
that
dice.
makes sense. Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
before.
Okay.
So it's only Gharat is only down by 2. So
Oh, actually, I don't need any. What am I doing? I'm good.
But with Hobbs with your extra D6, you still have to roll at least one hit dice in
Yes.
order to benefit from that, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it'll be a moot point, but I will gladly take it because who knows? I'll probably roll a 1. At least,
I
There
rolled
you
2
go.
ones in my last time. So yeah.
awesome.
I mean, I'm good without it, but thank you.
So what is Manny's take on this anyway?
Oops. I
what-
can math.
What's happened here?
I mean, it's mostly shorthand notes she's taking for what she will write later.
Yep.
But she notes the raiding party, their apparent allegiance to the cult, the fact that no one was left here. They didn't even spare children, and she spares no details about how grim that is.
Yeah.
Gets a little artsy about the swamp fog and adds an additional tone of grimdark to this whole thing. I think she.
And then Jack fired his storm bolter, and
Yeah.
Totally.
And I think makes a note in there about two brothers kind of finding in this moment this or apparently seeming to, she can't help but be a little romantic about the whole thing, seemingly finding a moment to come together and maybe hope that a hatchet can be buried as they try to find this or as
Somewhere
Unsurprisingly,
other than themselves.
that's how many disputes in the Shadow Marches are resolved.
yeah. Bury it in the ground, not in each other.
Yeah.
But a little glimmer of hope she has to hold on to. Part of her process of dealing, I think.
Yep. Okay.
That's cool.
So with that quiet moment and you guys having an opportunity to get a long rest, why don't we take our mid-session break now, guys? And then I'm going to go refresh my beverage. We'll check in with chat, and then we will have you guys travel to the Blue Sky Mine. All right, back momentarily.
Go.
All right. Let's check my chat here. Folks, evening, everybody. Crumb, what's going on? Evening. George, nice to see you again. Oh, Ainvar, what's going on? Sorry, my eyes are shit. Gonzo, evening. Wayne, what's going on? Yeah, it's a song that never ends, exactly. Thomas, what's going on? Hope you, my buddy from undergrad is, he's been running a bunch of the classic AD&D modules for his home group. So he has, he's gone through the Desert of Desolation series already and a bunch of the Ravenloft ones, so it sounds super fucking cool. Hope the weekend's going great, Tom. 1972, hello, evening. Bacon Press, evening. Let's see, they're adventuring tonight in Gary, Indiana. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Yes, they are. Such is the benefit of making a successful intimidation roll there. Bacon, hope you are having a great weekend as well. Okay. Wait for George and Hobbs. Alrighty. So, heading off to the camp, guys. Let me set up a quick map here. Oh boy. So one of the things that, I mean, there's many things that are frustrating about the living from home and never, going anywhere. One of the newfound frustrating ones is because I don't tend to listen to music around the house. Like I've got either a podcast on or I've got a show playing in the background or something. If I get a song caught in my head, it's there until something else dislodges it.
Oh, poor you.
Oh God, I've had a fucking Coldplay song in my head for like a week and a half now. No, that's not true. It's been a week because last week it was Midnight Oil was caught in my head when I was prepping this thing. Okay. I don't think I own any Coldplay either, so this is something I heard on like when I went, I don't know where.
Yeah, we have we're getting kids songs stuck in our heads now.
Oh my God, yeah, how bad.
Green. I won't sing it because I know copyright stuff, but it's like just the words green, purple, brown, yellow. Like
just be glad that one of the more current, movies is not Frozen right now because I've never actually seen the film, but Let It Go is one of those things that just once it gets in there, it's in there forever, and I don't know where it came from. I can believe it.
It's a good song, but once you hear it enough, it's like come on.
It is a good song. It's just It's one of those songs I don't want someone to catch me singing to myself because I do that.
I've lost all sense of give a fuck. So
yeah, fair dues. Yeah, fair enough. And really, I'm never going anywhere. So who's going to catch me? My son.
We're also going to hear Frozen fractals. I mean,
let's see here. We're just waiting for Hobbs. What the heck? I was just looking at this a moment ago. There it is. All right. Okay. So great job against the orcs, guys. Jeez.
I thought we were getting captured.
This time, I actually used the math out of Xanthars or Xanathars. Kind of. I may have fudged it a little bit.
Definitely challenged us. So.
That's good.
Okay.
That's fun.
My cat says you were too harsh.
Okay. Did you say not harsh enough? I thought, I've only got one college semester in cat, but all right, guys. So the days, so where we pick up our scene, and you guys can tell me if you, again, like with this one, we can feel free. This is a bit of a heisty kind of situation, so you can feel free to add in any, any other flashbacks or preparation or whatnot that you want. You know this town backwards and forwards, both Varg and Jak. So if there's anything you would want to pick up, any extra supplies or such, you can feel free to do that here. There won't be healing potions, unfortunately, but the rest is pretty much anything else you want to get to try and disguise yourself or whatnot. Varg, Beradad, and Gharat know the Blue Sky Mine well. So when we finally find ourselves coming upon the enormous walls surrounding the open pit, this is only a portion of the outside of the Blue Sky Mine. And what isn't depicted in this illustration is that beyond there's another one of these tall, kind of like tooth-topped towers, against which an airship, a Lyrindar airship, is docked, complete with the big fiery ring. So, guys, what was the plan here?
Varg, you're kind of our de facto leader, I feel like.
Let me give you some other, so you can help. And what we're going to do, guys, this is going to be a, like, montage infiltration thing. We're not fighting through,
okay, cool.
Yeah. We'll treat it like that. So, feel free to go to cut to flashbacks or to whatever you guys are planning on doing to infiltrate. What you know from Varg and Beradad and Gharat from your action with the Skybreakers is that there is a host of Warforged guards who are on kind of on staff here to manage the locals. There are in the mine itself there are humans, half-orcs, and full-blooded orcs who have all been either press-ganged or sort of left with no other opportunity other than to work for meager pay in the Blue Sky Mine. And yeah, I mean, apart from that, they are more concerned about people getting out than they are with getting in. So you do have that to your advantage. What is the plan here, guys? Like, what is it? What's your goal? Is your goal to find that device? Is your goal to find the masters of the mine? Is your goal to do what when you find either of those? Kill them, kidnap them, destroy it, disable it? What are you thinking, guys?
So I think as in a flashback, as we were talking about this exact question, Jak is there and he like puts an unlit cigarillo in his mouth and he has a little device that suddenly like a little flame springs to life and he lights it. It's like, I think we got to find that device and disable it, because if we fail in any other way, they can still use it, set it off, kill our kin. So that seems like the thing we should focus on. What do you think?
Their device is the biggest threat.
Yeah. We must disable it.
So I think one of the things Jak will wind up doing then is spend some of that time overnight looking over those plans again to try to see if he can figure out anything about how it works using his kind of knowledge of, being an artificer. Like, how would you build it, and therefore how could you disable it, prevent it from working, make it malfunction so you can't set it off, or whatever he could try to do.
Yeah, I think so. The level of complexity with these markings, like this is not a matter of like trying to figure out how, say, a complex printing press works. This is more along the lines of like, how would I figure out where in this submarine, that the most likely point to sabotage it is.
Right. So the red wire, you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah. Like it's an enormously complex device.
That makes total sense.
And this is a singular, like, as an artificer, I don't know how much pride Jak takes in his particular craft, but like this is definitely the work of someone with a great deal, either a genius or someone with years more experience, or some kind of insight perhaps offered by a dragon mark.
Mm-hmm. So I can't help but be impressed, I think, with this level of magical engineering. I'm still horrified by what it can do, but it is a work of genius, and I will relay that to the group, but by only saying, like, I don't think it's something that I can disarm.
Why don't you give us an Arcana check, and I will remind you that if you want to spend a point of Astonishing Fortune beforehand, you can roll with advantage then.
What are we at? Jonathan, do you have
7.
7? Thank you. Sure, I will do it. So it will be at 6. So here we go. I'm rolling with.
John does such an amazingly generous job of taking care of our astonishing fortune every single session. Why don't we give you guys one more point? Let's round that up.
Sweet. Jonathan. And then take it right away. As I use it. Make my check. Good thing I used it. That's great.
Me and roll 20.
That one. That's right. You're in cahoots.
We're on the same page here. All right. So, yeah, what you find is as you're looking through this, there is something that you're not quite sure, where one safe place there is to sabotage this, or at least to take something out. There's an enormous amount of the Kyber dragon shards that are active, that are set in a bunch of different places here. There's some elaborate lattice work of these things that is set up, but there seems to be sort of a focal point where this energy is going in to manifest some kind of effect, whatever this thing will be doing. You're guessing it's going to be an explosion, but the thing is that is sort of the, if you will, the the lens through which all of that collected power it will be traveling. If you replaced a Kyber shard with something else, with another form of dragon shard, something from Eberron, the surface, perhaps it would have a different effect.
And is the shard that Bardad came back with one from Eberron, or is that
It is a yellowish shard with iridescent green highlights.
Most definitely not from Kyber.
Okay. I'm going to use an ability I have, which is pretty cool, called the right tool for the job. And I will craft the exact kind of tools I would need to swap those out.
Yeah. So there's a perfect housing that you make that would, kind of thing.
Cool. So I'll be spending some time doing that while everybody's kind of coming up with a plan.
Bardad will, if you ask him about the shard, and he knows about what you're doing, he'll hand you the shard so that you can use it to make the specifications. So he seems reluctant about it, though, but he does it.
Okay. And Jack says, "Trust me, this is our only chance. I don't even know if it'll work, but got to give it a try."
Okay. What about Minnie, Varg, and Gharat? What do we see you guys doing in this flashback? Seems like you guys are targeting the device as opposed to anyone else in there. Does this mean that you need to get in and sabotage the device without anyone seeing, or?
Yes.
Stealth is a...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you guys be doing here?
Stealth is obviously key. It's a question of how.
And again, we can feel free to go back and forth between the present of you guys infiltrating and the flashback too. Like Blades in the Dark does a great job of facilitating action as opposed to planning, and lets you just add stuff in as you go. So you guys can feel free to jump from the present to the past, for beforehand. I am fine with that. I'll tell you when you start dying. I'll tell you when something else might be happening.
Bardad will let you know he's mastered the art of subharmonics, so for a few times per day he can cast his spells completely silently and without gesturing. So if we need magical assistance in the sneaking in, he can assist.
Interesting.
Cool.
I wish there was a way I could use the mastermind mimic speech skill here. That would be fun.
You did hear that one guy talking on the boat, did you not?
Well,
The problem is I need to be able to speak the language to begin with.
so if you were running an operation that had people coming from all over Corvair, coming from a wide variety of different species that make up the dragon-marked houses, what do you think you would do? Let me put it another way. What language do they use for air traffic control?
Well, I forget actually which house is responsible for that off the top of my head.
Well, no, I mean more that if rather than having everybody speak their own language.
No, yeah, I get. They'll use a common tongue for the sake of the project, because otherwise, what a mess that would be. I just forgot which actual language is the one.
It might be a common one.
Yeah, well, okay. All right, cool.
I'm glad you said it, not me.
There's a bunch of different.
Only there was
I was getting in the head about the houses control.
Can you make a...
That makes sense to me that many would actually think that way. They've been trying to figure out like what is a special language that would be used because she's dealt with all these different houses in their secret ways.
Oh yeah, and like overly, she's a mastermind. She's got this like this the string spread all across the wall.
Yeah.
It's like there's a common intersection between these strings.
Yeah.
And then Gharat would come in and just pick the one thing off of the wall that's actually needed and walk out.
Floss. You look like you're ready. He's gonna floss his teeth with it.
I love that. Good dinner.
So yeah, because like the idea would be that if I could listen to a particular guard speak for a minute, I can fairly accurately mimic their accents and gestures and such. So maybe I could, and then I could like throw my voice and hide, but use the voice to like suggest someone go away or something.
Okay.
But that's pretty convoluted. Maybe it's just better to put the hood over, use my cloak, my bat cloak, which I forgot to use when I was trying to hide earlier. Whoopsies. And sneak in.
What about that bard talk that we encountered on the boat? Think you could mimic him?
You have most definitely heard enough of him.
I think I definitely listened to him long enough. I obviously wouldn't be able... Oh, I can't change my size, though. I can also cast Minor Illusion as a Force Gnome. And I could cast an image of him, because I've seen him, and then I could like speak as him. The problem is I can't make a big version of him, nor can I make it move.
I swear to God, this is something from the actual setting. You want to know one thing that is canonical in Eberron? Is that the March's orcs, what they use when they're tilling their fields, are stilts.
What? There's some stilts around.
Stilts! But generally, there's a great illustration from the original Eberron book of this orc walking on stilts.
Can I find a pair of stilts nearby?
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Then I'll do that. I'm going to still put the
3 kids in a trench coat. I love it.
Yeah, why not? Okay, all I need then is what do we think I should I should give an order for them to go out on a patrol or go away from here to that where there's more troops needed on the east side or something like that.
Here's what we're gonna do, guys. Is I'm gonna steal an idea from the credit where it's due, the Cinematic Environs series.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice.
We're gonna give not so nice. This is the wetlands one. You guys are all gonna die of foot rot.
Great.
Nice that I get to see this in action.
One of the things that what we're gonna do, guys, is what I need from you is there's gonna be 3 stages. So if you need 3 successes to get yourself to the point where you will be able to access the actual device. And we're just going to narratively go through that. You guys will tell us what the first kind of thing you're going to try is to get through the first stage. You guys can feel free to help each other. Probably the first stage is getting yourself in there. Second stage is likely going to be finding the thing. And then the third one is probably going to be gaining access. But if you guys have a different way of structuring that, I am happy to defer to you.
I like that. Here are my quick ideas for the first 2. One is everything that Andrews was talking about, what Manny was saying about trying to get a bunch of the guards to move off, at least, even if it's for a moment, so we could slip in. What I can help out with on stage 2 in terms of trying to locate this object is use locate object. I have a little device that I can let loose, and it It's tiny and it like super tiny and it flies around and it can go up to 1,000 feet total, but it can like find the thing that I sent it to discover. And I'm wondering if by looking at the plans, I can use that as my maybe have some chance of locating the actual object because I haven't seen the actual object, which is partially what I need to do. But that's not. I'm gonna put it up here so you can see what it is. But it's I don't actually have seen the object. I can see.
Describe.
So I basically can. Yeah, I can just. It'll locate that kind of object.
Okay.
So that's another possibility.
If we can get inside, I feel like Gharat would be able to gather some of the orcs inside to create a problem, like a distraction or whatever. We could use that to our advantage.
Again, Gharat is known wide, like far and wide in the marches. He is a local hero. Anybody would happy to side themselves with Gharat. Okay. There's another asset. Manny's got some assets. What about Varg and Baradad? What do you guys bring to the table?
The power of nature in the swamp. I've got a few spells.
And
well, if we get in, I can literally block the way with a wall of thorns. It'll chew people up if they come after us. Aside from that, I can do minor illusion, but sleep without vocalizing anything.
If it comes to a fight, you all know that you are going to lose that fight. So you should plan according to that. It's the orcs that you face are definitely were fearsome, but this is a camp full of Warforged plus members of the Dragonmarked houses, often who are veterans and are no slouches. I mean, they didn't fight in the war, but they often were trained during it. So I mentioned that only to when you do include in your plan, if there is going to be a fight, you're going to want to either plan a very hasty escape or, yeah. So, then what is our first stage? We see our heroes having snuck up to the walls of the Blue Sky mine. What is the first thing we see you guys doing? Jeff,
so is there one entryway? Oh, sorry.
Oh, I say I didn't get Jeff. I didn't give you a chance to say if there's anything you wanted to.
I mean, I think that Varg is a fairly blunt instrument, and so he tells everyone. He says, "If we get into trouble, I will hold them off while you guys make your escape. Shutting down the device is of prime importance."
Are you shutting it down, or are you sabotaging it?
Or sabotaging it.
Okay.
Whatever Jack has planned.
Okay.
Yeah. Sabotaging.
I think Garrett would disagree with that, Varg. He would be like, no, the whole reason for part of doing this is saving the people like your boy, and that boy needs a father, and that's you.
I agree.
Long look at Jack.
No, Jack agrees. Jack definitely agrees.
There'll be no sacrifices today. We get in, we do the job, and we get out.
Well, of course, that's the plan, friend. No one plans for their death.
Nobody deviate. Let's go.
Okay. So, how are our heroes getting themselves in here? And you don't necessarily need to all be going in the same way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, that was my question. Is there one entryway into the mine? How is it?
Yeah, there's really there's basically one way in, one way out.
Okay, got it. Great.
Do we need to go over the walls?
You could try that. Yeah, I mean those overhangs will be a little tricky, but
we could.
I could
literally
make a tree, and as long as nobody sees it, we could use a tree to get over it.
So what did everyone bring? I got my tree. So there's a fantastic line in the Great Muppet Caper where I can't remember what the character's name is. The guy who throws fish. They all get up to the gates, and then he runs up and he says, "I brought paper towels." That was a go-to line for a long time of like, I've got nothing useful to add, but
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I imagine like as a swamp building built by the orcs, that it's sort of made out of like packed mud bricks type thing, like straw and mud packed together into bricks, not stone.
Mm-hmm.
And so Varg could use his bestial shape and sort of extend his claws and use his athletics and maybe scale that secondary, like the smaller tower, and get us up the wall that way, like getting to the top and
I think
helping
Mary
everyone
is no
climb up, pulling you up.
What are your abilities that have mastery with them? I think that's what's called.
Mastery. You mean expertise?
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Roguish expertise. It's not explicitly indicated on the character sheet. I'm assuming sleight of hand is 1 because otherwise there's no way I can get to a 10.
Okay.
Stealth is another at 7, and investigation at 7. So I would assume those would be the 3 you gave me.
What do you guys think about pulling the old Star Wars and we dress up like the orcs that we just killed, the Kyber orcs, and then you have Baradad as a prisoner and Many is the leader, and say, "Oh, I found one of the Skybreakers out of the way," and then we just get in and walk right through the gates.
Anybody got a disguise kit?
It's probably a safe bet that I do. Yes, and I am proficient in it.
You know that the gnomes of House Civis are definitely part of this cabal, and if you marked yourself with a fake dragon mark and perhaps use some kind of magic to make it glow, you could easily be a dragon marked member of would probably get no second no second look from anyone.
Right. So there's 2 thoughts here. That's a good one, and I think that would be quick and simple and easy for us to get in.
But let's make it hard.
No,
I love it. I love where this thread's going.
There was the idea that because I could still pose as what's his name? Impossible to say his name.
Torn. Bertok Torn.
Yeah, Torn. Yeah, sorry. Torn. I could still pose as Torn with a stilts and minor illusion, and I can mimic his voice. So what I'm thinking is, there's no reason why we couldn't do both things. I could use the disguise kit to paint on a tattoo, and that would be enough to get us in the site. And then at some point later, if it's helpful, I could pose as Torn to get guards out of here or do something else.
For sure.
Okay.
I was like, you're like, no, but I want to be both of them at the same time.
All right.
No, I don't have the actor feat.
So then, what about
costume switch?
So Varg, are you gonna go? I mean, one of the things is Gharat. If you got the disguise check kit, why don't you make a disguise kit check for us, please? And remember, you can spend Astonishing Fortune before you roll if you want to roll with advantage. That's what it's there for those important rolls.
Yep.
Okay.
You want to do it?
So this is you walking up. Everyone is all sort of, kitted out. We'll see whether or not this... are all the rest of you guys either disguised as orcs or... Okay.
Yep.
So
Baradad is as well? Or you're the captive, right?
Probably said captive, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I could do a minor illusion, but,
Many pushes her way past it. Can someone get this walking alligator skin belt out of my way? So Many, you want to give us
Andrew's got the kit.
And you want to give us a disguise kit?
Yeah.
Check here.
Spend the Astonishing Fortune first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we
Here we go.
That. All right. Nope, that's the thieves' tools. What am I doing, Andrew? I click. Roll 20 is taken. Oh. It'd be dexterity I'm using? Yeah. Okay. There we go.
24.
Nice.
Astonishing fortune
Awesome.
well spent. All right. So
Yeah.
there's big gates at you as you walk up this thing. Big, heavy gates. So you guys all walk up, and then someone looks down from below and shouts down, "Oh, what are you doing here?"
We found more cattle to the slaughter, more slaves for our work. I've got some of these rebels in tow, bringing them in for questioning.
You hear a little bit of kind of muttering back and forth inside, and if you were the spectators and not your characters, then you would probably see one of them say, "It's a gnome," and the other one says, "What's a gnome doing out there for?" He says, "I'm not asking. Open the gate! Open the gate!" They sort of creak open, and you guys are able to make your way in. And walking in here is a bit of a shock, because it you thought you had been prepared for, what the Blue Sky Mine has been up to over the last couple of months that this thing has been active. But what you find, guys, this is not what you're looking directly into, but this is what is in the center. In the middle of it, so you can picture that there are moving up and down each of those, like the platforms or whatever, or layers, is yet another layer of, there we go, map layer, are just hundreds, if not thousands, of denizens of the Shadow Marches. There's all sorts of Warforged that are either guarding, or the larger titans that are acting as, as kind of like beasts of burden, lugging enormous carts of earth and whatnot. It's just, it must go down 200, 300 feet. And it is, you did not think that you could get that deep down. It's as if you're stepping into another world here. And then around the edge of this is where you can see there are the encampments, the work camps where they're keeping all the laborers. There looks like there's heavily guarded areas where the perhaps the storage is taking place. There's a lot of guards around that. And then there is a complex built up around one of those towers where the ship from House Lerendar is located. And around there are a ton of people swarming as well too. And there's a kind of a platform that's there as well that affords a view of this ugly wound right in the earth of Eberron. And you can definitely see standing on there amongst the other assorted races, the dwarves, the humans, half-elves. You can see Bertok Torn and the man. You see now that he is wearing robes with the insignia and coloring of House Cannith, the House of Making. So, guys, one stage is down. What's stage 2?
Well, can we tell from the blueprints how large this device would be?
We said last time, I think it was about the size of like a covered wagon.
Right. Oh, right. Yeah, yes, we did. So obviously we do not see it anywhere in this area because it would be obvious. So we need to figure out where it is. You said it's 300 feet to that floor at the very bottom, approximately. Yeah. So I will start. I think the first thing I will do is I have, because of my dragon mark of finding, I am granted a finder's magic. And in that case, it's the ability to cast a couple of spells, but one of them is locate object, which I also happen to know separately if I need it again.
Okay.
So I think the first thing I would do is to try to find. See if now that range is only 1,000 feet, but the duration is 10 minutes, so we could also continue to travel with it.
So how does Jak feel about when he draws on his dragon mark? Does it care really, or is it just a tool?
I mean, I think it's a combination. It served him very well in hunting down war criminals, and in doing recon for his unit during the war. So he does feel like it saves lives. Once he's back home, where House Thrash is based, it has a little bit of a different meaning for him. So it has, obviously, as we mentioned, like a physical pain that he experiences, but now there's an emotional pain as well that goes along with it. So he's got to really focus and concentrate harder than usual to use it. But he knows it can be used for good or ill.
Okay.
And he's trying to use it for good.
Okay. So then, let's see here. Describe or name an object that is familiar to you.
Yeah,
you spent 2 solid nights studying this. So I think that there's, you definitely have, you definitely have a clear picture of what this thing would be. What does it look like? It's got a verbal, somatic, and a material component to it.
Yeah. So I think and it's a forked twig, but for me, I think it looks more like an intricately made dragonfly that I have put together out of wood.
Okay.
And it's tiny, and I let it fly, and it's and it starts going around searching for it.
Okay. Many, Varg, Berdad, and Gharat. While this is going to be a fairly obvious thing that he's doing, and then we'll be following, and the mark will be flaring when he's drawing on its magic as well.
Sorry, Kev, oh no, I can't. Both of them are concentration. Sorry, I was going to try to cast invisibility on it, but they're both concentration spells, so I cannot do that.
Nice. Who says that 5e is overpowered? Come on.
I know. Yeah.
What are the rest of you guys? What are you thinking?
Berdad will try to keep an illusion over Jak so that it hides the flaring of his mark. And that's what be his
I don't
focus.
think it's a dragon mark.
Yeah, because I'm
yeah.
I think it'll just come right through.
This is a manifestation of the draconic prophecy that is tens of thousands of years in the making. Your mortal magics will not avail you.
Yeah, well, can't do that.
Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any...
But maybe you try that, And there's a thing that's going on, too. Berdad, you've got a distinct ringing in your ears that you felt, like a tinnitus, since you've walked in here. Something is off about this place. Gharat, Varg, and Many, what are you guys doing? Anything you got in mind to try and help him?
Is what he's doing? It doesn't involve an ability check, right? It's just casting the spell.
Jak's just casting the spell. It's just that it's fairly obvious, and he's following this dragon. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Varg would just go up to sort of the nearest guards or people that he can see and maybe ask some question, some normal type conversation, maybe something about a recent event locally or something that he just knows about so that he can sort of create conversation to sort of distract them a little.
Okay. So this is going to be fantastic because the guards are warforged. So it will be Varg making up small talk with magical robots. What about Gharat and Many?
So none of them are like these mercenaries that they had hired to go gather people?
No, you can't see any of the others in here. If you were to guess, there's a lot of dragon-marked people, or at least of different species, that are up on that balcony. The riffraff here, word may have got to them that, if you see these guys, don't fuck around. Don't just leave them, let them do their thing. Don't ask questions. So when they saw a gnome show up with that mark, they were like, all right, go. For the rest of you guys, though, you are, it definitely will distract them. And if the dragon-marked woman brought you in here, they may not give you any guff. It's just that, if you're expecting scintillating conversation, enslaved Warforged are probably not going to offer it. And, Warforged have souls, and they have full personalities and stuff. Normally, perhaps there's something different going on here. They were treated as if they were just automatons during the war. And maybe there are members of House Cannith who don't think that they are in need of thinking that. So, Varg, you walk up to these things. What do you say to distract him? Oh, yeah, bless you.
Well, I just imagine like this conversation where Varg's like talking and trying to like get them to answer or talk back, and it's like one word responses, like yes.
Affirmative.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like this like horrible conversation.
Okay.
Oh.
So
and Varg's like just trying to think of things to say.
Yeah. Manny, you're getting into your disguise at this point?
Well, I mean, I assume I'm already in it. I thought that was what the role was for.
The other one.
The other disguise. Disguise number 2.
Well, I mean, not with him standing right, like, because you specifically said Torn and the man are standing nearby.
Yep.
Sure as hell not getting into.
No, they're on a balcony, like 2 stories up, looking down at the mine right now with the other dragon marked houses. Classic villain style, toasting each other with long flutes. An evil plan well come together.
I suppose I could get ready, but the actual illusion is not. It's a minor illusion spell. It doesn't. I don't know. I got to look up how long it lasts. So I don't want to actually pull the trigger until we're ready to go.
Sure. Gharat, and what are you doing? You had that plan.
Yeah, I wanted to head over to where there like a bunch of orcs are being held captive.
Awesome. So let's do this. Let's have. And Bernard, you're trying to use magic now. If you can't conceal his mark, is there anything else you could think of doing?
Yes. When you notice,
I'll make a tree.
There's a sound going on that he can hear, like pick up on.
Yep.
He's gonna try to see if he can figure out where it's stronger. Like if he moves in this direction, does it feel stronger?
Even for the benefit of fucking flashbacks, 3 seconds inside the thing, poof, heroes are all over the place. I love it.
He's not going to move very far away, but he's just trying to.
You're going to have to, because the keening is coming from the direction of that open pit mine. And
so he knows it's getting stronger that direction?
Most definitely. And Jack, you were heading off, and that's the direction that Gharat's going to see the laborers that are in here, the miners.
Yeah,
and Jack,
sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Baradad sees that keening is like Providence, so he's going to look over at Jack and say, I think we need to go that way.
So I will...
Jack, it's actually taking you towards the structure. The large structure where all the dragon marked compound is, basically.
I guess that's not surprising. I'll keep going in that direction. Keep going in that direction.
Okay. Varg has got the guards distracted for you. Baradad, are you carrying on with Gharat, or are you?
Yeah, he's moving along with them. Yes.
Okay. So you continue on that direction. Gharat, what's the scene we see as you're kind of like coming up and making yourself known to these people?
I think that there is probably a famous song or oration that he has done about the mine, and like maybe it's like break the mine or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like he'll flash someone a grin and then say some words or he can even use message to do it through magic to someone. Maybe he recognizes a leader or something like that.
You're putting an earworm in each of their ears.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, I mean,
help is coming. Break the mine. Help is coming.
So like we cut to sort of like one of the overseers, who's probably a House Tharash half orc of some kind, working with these things. And what he's realizing is that like it's like that that scene where like one person starts singing and then like it's slowly a little more and slowly a little more, and as Gharat's making his way through, there's more and more people who are singing the same song at the same time with the same tempo. And Gharat, you could even add your voice to it because you got that magical quality to it as well as you're going along. And soon it's and with the concave element of the mine, I think Jack and whoever else and Varg, you guys can hear this one song is beginning to have 10, then 50, then 150 voices all raising up and singing along with Gharat's song. And it's sort of the overseer like runs over to his underling and is like, go get so-and-so. Baradad, what are you doing? The keening is definitely far, far down.
He's more taking the cue from Jack and where his little thing is leading him.
Okay. So, Varg, you can see that Jack has made his way to basically near the edge, like away from the guards. You carefully run interference for him for the distance. Many, what are you looking like at this point?
We've moved far enough away from the other house leaders at this point.
Yeah, it's actually to the side. You're kind of what he's going to is like a side. The platform itself is facing this mine. This is more on the side, facing that isn't facing towards the mine or away from the mine. There's sort of a guard post to get in and out of the complex. And this complex is built like to be honest, is very similar to what you guys saw in Zarashak, where all the dragon marked houses have one kind of safe compound. This is just a smaller scale version of it.
How tall is Torn?
Torn is probably, half orcs are like 6.5 feet.
Okay, then I will still need the stilts. Okay. So
thank God.
Because I can do minor image is a 5-foot cube, so I could have technically, but that works. I can use the stilts. The only thing is, again, like it lasts a minute, so I don't want to actually pull the trigger until the moment we need it.
Okay.
Because otherwise it'll.
So we get to the point where, Jack, you can see where whatever information your dragonfly construct is sending you. It is in the compound and slightly down. You guys have got stage 2 done. What is stage 3?
Well, I'll relay that to my companion to let them know where we need to get to. And that seems to be the next thing.
Do we plan to get back out of here? Or is this a one-way trip?
Do you say that out loud?
No deviation.
This could be a flashback. This could be you guys sitting at at Varg's family, at Varg's home, sitting around the table, and Minnie asks, leaning over, the underlighting, kind of lighting her dramatically. Is this a one-way trip?
Baradad will look at Minnie and say, "Not for you."
You need someone to tell the tale and spread the word. So back in the present.
Okay.
Maybe we discussed, I'm just thinking, is it better for us to use Torn's visage to get in, or will it be better suited to get back out?
I forgot what phase 3 was.
Phase 3 is actually, I think, locating.
Finding.
Yeah. I thought it was actually when we locate the object and actually do the thing we've come here
This
to
is
do.
gaining access. The final barrier will be gaining access to the location of the device.
Okay, so we need to blow our stack on.
Can't we use our deception to continue just like we have been? Like, hey, we have to check it out. We've already realized that you're in charge. No one's going to say anything. So
that's true. Actually, if my disguise kit was that good, and the gnomes of Zithis are that powerful, I could just bluff my way through. The only problem is if I get questions, but that would happen if I had the illusion up anyway.
So if you do approach and try that, I think why don't you give us, give me a disguise kit. No, you already did that. Give me a deception check there, Manny.
Alrighty.
And I would use maybe some massage of fortune.
I think maybe I would. I'm not proficient in deception.
Can one of us do the deception? Can I help?
One of you guys do this.
Who's gonna do the deceive? Well, Garrett's
Garrett would love to.
Yeah. So you made your way
awesome.
back, and you can hear in the background everyone singing your song, and you maybe you duck in, you see two Warforged run away from Varg, and then run towards the open pit mine.
The others, and then move up, and then if I I'll have to.
And sorry,
only 17.
Were you saying Andrew?
I'm gonna say I may not, but using the mark and using the gnome's status, I could like help. I could use my help action to help Garrett by like suggesting you go and take care of this, so that they think that he's acting on my orders.
So the gnomish mark is the mark of scribing, and it is basically to send messages. So it could be that if you really want to not draw attention, you could be flipping through page after page after page and just being like, "She's very
my
busy."
notebook. I've got my notebook and I'm taking tons and tons of notes. In fact, actually, what I'm actually writing in the notebook is I'm writing directions and a mini map to get to like the breadcrumbs to get Hansel and Gretel back out of here when we're done.
Okay. So you're writing stuff, and Gharat, you wake up, you walk up, and there are two fairly large warforged, almost identical. It's almost as if they've been stripped of any kind of. Like, one of the things that Warforged have done since the end of the war is they'll do things to make themselves different from their colleagues. They'll, add accoutrements. They'll change their plating and whatnot. These are identical. You would not. They look like fresh off the factory line, as it were. So you walk up to the two of them. What do you say? Manny is behind you, flipping through stuff.
Yeah. The gnome says we have to go in.
It looks up. Why is she not using the main entrance?
Who am I to answer to her? She's one of the marked houses.
And you see the two Warforged kind of look at each other, look back.
Oh, I casually lean my neck over, pretending to read a little bit more detail, just so that the mark is clearly visible.
Jak, Varg, and Baradet, are you guys here as well? Or are we seeing you guys climb over the wall to get sort of access in when the doors open?
I think Baradet will be doing that. He doesn't want to distract the distractors.
Yeah. And Varg, if you want to do the thing you were saying before, you make your claws, you get yourself over and make a rope for them to slip over.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So why don't we do this? Let's also have Gharat, they seem to let you pass the entry point. Why don't we give who has the best stealth bonus between Jak, Varg, and Baradet?
I've got a 2.
I've got a 2.
Varg?
For what?
Varg doesn't answer.
Stealth.
Oh. Yeah,
He's so stealthy we didn't hear him.
a 1.
1. So who would like to make the roll then, guys?
Jonathan, do you want to do the honors?
Yes, I will do so.
John?
And Spence? Yeah.
Yep. What were you
Spence
thinking?
and Astonishing Fortune?
Okay, you were going to say something?
Well, I was going to say Astonishing Fortune. Exactly what you
Yeah.
John, did you expend an Astonishing Fortune for Hobbs's last roll there?
I did.
Because you
That's
wouldn't
right.
have needed to, because I helped him, so he gets advantage because of me. So
Oh.
that Astonishing
Okay.
Fortune
Yep.
still exists.
So go
Already
ahead.
spent
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice.
Incredible. So
Baradet just he can feel it, and he just is digging into his lizard hair to just.
Yep. So you're up and this is you got all three of you guys. You've rolled for yourself, for Varg and Jak. Maybe Manny, you do something to sort of distract the guards for a moment. You stumble and drop your pad. You're like, "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry." The door opens. The three of them kind of scoot in, and then you make your way in. Okay, guys. Let me
Nice.
bring you to the location of the device. Let's see here. I'm trying to remember. Oh, we did. Okay. I was trying to find where's the battle map with you guys actually on it. We've only used one in 2 sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The narrative's so good.
Well, I think the role playing is so good for the players. You guys are great. Okay.
Excuse me.
And here we go. Arlen will be so proud I actually marked this map. It's got an actual name on it and everything.
No, nice.
Graveyard of Players.
Yes. The Doom.
Graveyard of Heroes, yes.
Okay.
I mean, this would be a hell of a place to get buried.
Most definitely. Okay. Yeah, and then you die. The end. Did you guys enjoy the
Yeah, thanks for playing.
the session? And the special still goes on for another. Let's see here.
Yeah.
You get a roll to see how long it takes the worms to eat us. Yay!
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. You know what? Well, it's they got a deadline, I think, in May for when they're kiboshing legacy lighting on Roll20, and they're only going to do the new one. The one thing that will be good with that is that constantly I forget which one I've given sight to. So I'll have tokens that like work. Some of the maps I've got are legacy lighting. Some of them are the new lighting.
Yeah.
So, as with all good gamers, I'm assessing the overall value of something strictly on the basis of how it affects me. So, let me. Okay. So, guys, what you see. Okay. Let me check this. Nope, not that one. That's not it. What do I want here? This? That's kind of heisty. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another real base in there.
So, guys, this is where you find yourself. You make your way into the structure. You wander your way around the halls, and you find the secret, or not a secret, but a doorway that leads down to a set of stairs, winding down, and you can feel it, Jak. It's here. You guys can, when you get down here, Jak, you can feel like the hairs on your hand and on your forearm are all standing up. There's a distinctive power. And Baradad, you feel a feeling of nausea down here. Something uneasy, unsettling down here. What do you guys do? I got Vargan in the lead there, followed by Jak, just by happenstance. So, guys, you can feel free to move yourself.
That kind of makes sense. We're close.
So we're going this way?
Yep.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
And you can hear from... Let me get up this direction here. You can hear the sound of booted feet moving around. You get the sound of arcing electricity. And you can hear the sound of the monotonous voices of Warforged speaking to each other. So you get to hear what you see in there, Varg.
I'll move so other people can see.
Sure. Yeah, everyone go ahead and take a peek. These Warforged in there are all making their way around and clearly working on things. They have, as much as the House Cannith wants to keep these a uniform, all the Warforged look identical, slender and lean. They're all wearing very similar, kind of like white lab coats with different devices and stuff stuck in what would be a pocket protector. And they seem to be working on this giant device. What do you guys want to do?
We should be able to sneak by. They seem pretty busy, and it's loud in there.
Is this the device?
It looks like it to me.
That appears to be the device.
Oh, it is the device. Oh,
Yeah.
How much time do you need with it, Jak?
Oh, I would say about a number of minutes equal to what Kevin tells me.
He's going to need a while to work on it.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
It definitely, he wants to make sure that there is no problem with the connection.
And so, one in the flashback, back in Varg's place, the old family home, I'm saying, so I can use a special tincture I have to make myself invisible to get myself to the device. But I'm may have to make some noise to actually make the exchange of this part for that.
Minnie, it's on you now. It's time for Torn to have something to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to get some of these guys out of here. I don't know what to actually tell them though. Did I see any like areas where? So all along, as we were approaching here, obviously we saw Warforged in other places doing other tasks.
This is the first bunch of Warforged you've seen like this, as if they're mage rights or technicians.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did I see any other elaborate machinery like this on our way here?
Nothing on this scale, definitely. No.
Okay. So nothing I could say like this machine a few floors down is malfunctioning. Go fix it.
You could absolutely do that. This is a mining operation. Magical technology in Eberron is ubiquitous. So there would be all sorts of different things that would have been powered by magic in one way or the other. And mage rights, these like minimally gifted spellcasters, they really can't work spells and stuff like that well. What they can do is construct magical technology.
Sure. Okay. So this, I think I've got the workings of a plan here. I will.
These are the community college magicians, as opposed to.
Yeah.
No offense meant to anyone who has gone to a community college with a degree at all.
Yeah.
Or first-year university engineering students.
I have it on good authority that you can get up to some terrific hijinks, much more so there than at an actual college.
So I'll hop on the stilts, and I will cast minor illusion, and boom, I look like, as close as I can approximate, as an image of Torn.
Where'd the rest of you guys going?
I guess we should hide somewhere. Is this like a little alcove back here, or what?
Yep.
Hide, and
I'll turn to Jack.
Wish me luck.
Nice.
Good luck. And then I pull something out and like, kind of like a, powder hits my body and I wink out and I disappear.
Okay. You're invisible.
There's a lot of.
All right. So, Manny, you make your way in there. Now, the only thing I need from you is an acrobatics check, please. Walking on stilts, these were not designed to be operated on steel floors.
Can I burn Astonishing Fortune?
We've got 5. Go for it.
Please do.
Hey, I think this is the key moment if ever there was one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So, in a like overly elaborate kind of way, like when, it's that TV thing that tells you when someone's not comfortable walking in heels. So she does kind of a, we see Bertok Torn walk forward and do kind of a, and wobble and catch himself.
To create a flask of something in my one hand and I take a little sip?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Sip.
That's good.
All right. And then you see Bertok Torn walk as confidently as you saw him stride across the deck of the ship so many days ago, Jack. And what do you say, Manny?
You lot here.
I'm sorry to butcher what accent you gave him a week ago.
You know how much better it is that you're doing it like whatever way you want to do it? That's so much better.
You lot here. One of the drills on level 2 is malfunctioning again. I need at least half of you to go fix it. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
You can't see it, but you think you can hear the sound of a half-orc hand hitting a half-orc forehead. I need half of you to go.
Yeah.
I mean, all of you.
I can't change what I said.
So half of them,
They're not all going to leave if I tell them to leave.
They
That's
all
my
sort
logic.
of look at each other, and then quickly, make their way. So you said half?
Guys, they're not going to all go if they all.
I want the strongest ones of you to stay.
How many of you are? How good are you in a scrap?
Why wouldn't they all go?
Yeah.
Because I don't. I suspect
awesome because it's Dungeons and Dragons. I love it.
Yeah, I thought you. I think you're just underestimating your abilities, Manny. That's it.
All right, so Manny, the rest of them sort of spread out to go back to work and to keeping up on what each other are doing. They have not said anything else yet.
We could take them.
Okay.
I will continue to. I'll hang by the door here. Oh no, I'm gonna walk over here. I'm gonna screw that.
So, what you guys working on?
It's really tempted to be like, so.
Okay. So you walk over, and the one that's nearest there kind of spares a look over at you and goes back to work on it. Would you give us, I think a deception check, please. I'm only going to set the difficulty at a 12.
Okay. Deception is charisma. Oh no, it's a saving throw. That my gnomish cunning. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
Could spend 2 for a reroll.
How many we have left?
4.
4.
Oh god.
I think it might be worth it.
Yeah, okay. It's not much better though. That's my only thought.
Okay.
It's not a clear cut like yes please. It's a I don't even know if that's enough.
Okay. Only one way to find out.
Yeah, make a roll.
Destiny will reveal.
Well, if it's for advantage, then doesn't the 11 count, not the 9?
No,
Is
no,
that
you
how
don't.
that-
No, you rolled an 11, so now you get to roll again and
Oh,
have a
okay.
new
12.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
Wasn't in the cards.
Yeah.
One of these sort of looks over and then kind of looks up at you, takes something out from its pocket protector, and then adjusts the sort of the flow of energy going from that crystal. Yeah, would you give me a dex save, please?
Yes, for sure. Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh my god. Come on.
All right.
Roll 20 to kill it.
You are hit
It's
with
the stilts.
6 points of damage. Yeah, and you fall off your stilts. So your illusion is still active. I'm not going to make you roll to do that because it's better if the illusion's still active, but half of Bertok Torn is disappearing into the floor. You're clipping like a unfinished video game right now.
Can I uncanny dodge half that damage?
You were not aware that it was coming, though. Don't you need to be aware?
Totally fair.
Yeah. So I think what happens then is this thing, its jaw goes down, and then like a klaxon starts, and all of them, their jaws drop down, and things start going off. Guys, let's roll some initiative.
All right.
I mean, we knew there was going to be a fight.
It
didn't have to be.
I don't think he would have.
I love it. I love
Now,
it.
cut back to the flashback. Now, at least we won't have to fight them at this point.
You know the fun thing is too, is like there's been I know for like some folks people haven't been complaining about it, but you hear people complain sometimes about like, well, come on, how come people aren't more organized? Why aren't the players more organized? And all I can think of that is like, have you ever sat in a committee? Because like it is always a complete clusterfuck. So here we go.
We can take half of them, guys. Come on.
I think Jeffrey, I think you're up for rolling initiative now. So
If you fight them, you're gonna die. Was the last thing I remember hearing. I don't know.
We fight all of them.
we flash back to that conversation, and Beardad says his thing, and Gharat goes, All right. Jeffrey, everyone decide what you're doing. Jeffrey, beat my 16, please.
That'll be hard.
4, we got 20. All right, so the first thing that happens then is these guys. Oh boy, they have the one that it pulls out this like little device that it was using, and then it kind of whips it towards you as if there was like a tongue of electricity coming, like a whip on the end, trying to hit you there, Manny. Oh, did you take your damage, Manny? I don't see your token wasn't adjusted.
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry. How much was it?
Nice try.
I think it was 6 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Let's see here. Roll 1d20 plus 3. Okay, here we go. So, Manny, this is against your AC. A 4 will not do it. A 10 will not do it. So you're, in spite of this, you're dancing around. The others are just making their way over towards you. They're not going to be able to attack this round. Oh wait, this is 5e. Yeah, they will.
He's got to still be on his stilts dancing around, right?
He fell off his stilts. That was when he threw himself.
I mean,
back.
jumped on him and now. Whoa.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we got one more on you. 19. Yeah, that's a hit. This one you are aware of, so you could uncanny dodge this one.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's, here we go. There you are. 4 points of damage. So you take 2.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Then let's see here. Who is up next? Next is Jak and Bear. Oh, who am I missing here?
Manny's
Jak.
down one more.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
Manny's
below
right there. Yeah, Manny, Baradad, and Jak. What are you guys doing? Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Jak.
Okay, so I'm going to first. I'm going to move. So I don't know if you want me to make a stealth check while I'm doing this.
Their attention is totally focused on something else.
Okay, cool. So that was a move. Right here, as I get to this spot, I'm going to pull out of my my trench coat of holding a tiny device with some legs on it.
Yep.
Looks kind of like a spider, and I'm going to place it down. This is my Eldritch Cannon, and this one is a flamethrower.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use. Then I'm gonna use. Oh wait, I think it might be. Hold on, let me double check that. Is it an action to? It's a bonus action to use it, but I mean, let's double check if it's an action to actually create it. Eldritch Cannon. Sorry. I don't see. No. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't specify. Yeah.
We can assume it's
so
been with you. Flashback, you created it before. You've had it on you all this time. That's fine.
That makes sense. Okay, great. So I will then have placed it there.
Yep.
I will then not have it go off yet because I don't want to give away my position or anything.
Okay.
I'm going to use my action to dash so I can continue to move, and I'm going to head to wherever I believe I need to get to within this device or around this device.
Any side is good. It's it'll be just where you choose to kind of position yourself.
So just to be clear, this is actually what I'm seeing. Like these arcs of electricity are going between these two things, right?
Up and over. They're arcing up, so you don't need to worry about walking into them.
Okay, great. That's what I want.
This device.
So I'm going to place myself here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, great. So they're going over my head, but that's what I do.
You throw yourself down and open up a panel. All right.
And my little device is there, and I'll be using it on my subsequent turns.
Sounds good. Baradad or Manny?
Baradad's going to be moving in. And see if we can see it as end of his movement.
Okay.
I think I can make out this guy, right? I'm going to firebolt him.
Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, you can definitely see him. Go ahead. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. It's blown to pieces.
Okay, and then, yep, that'll be it.
Okay, Manny, what are you doing? Oh, you may be muted, Andrew.
He is.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. All right, I'm gonna use for my action. I'm gonna use dash and go like way over here.
Okay.
And for my bonus action, I'm going to use my cunning action and try to hide.
Oh, ducking
Anywhere.
behind there? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. You can duck behind that pillar and try and hide. Go ahead.
I only need it to work for a round.
Yep.
Stealth check.
Okay, and then Barrett has gone. Gharat. Oh, that's a great one. Yeah. Gharat, what are you doing?
Gharat rushes out of his hiding spot. It's time, brother. All of our planning has come to this, he yells at Varg.
Okay. And
I don't
Varg.
see anybody. I'm going to keep running.
Sure. And then Varg, what are you doing?
You said they sounded some kind of an alarm?
Yeah, there's a sound of like an air horn going off. Several of them.
Oh, I thought those were parts of other things. I guess I did see one. My bad.
Okay. Sorry, Hobbs. I should have gone with the blue.
No, you're good.
Are these down? These are downstairs, right? Like,
Yeah. So I mean, look, your character would have known the difference if you wanted to run like directly in. Gharat's proven himself to be a fairly direct half orc, so if you think he'd race in rather than try and get a distance, you can go ahead and do that. And then I'm sorry, what was your question, Jeff?
These are downstairs?
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I try like vicious mockery on one or something?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, I will do that.
Here we go. Oh yeah, right.
Varg
I'm gonna
will-
save. Let's see here. Oop. Big fat fail.
All right, so I think he also gets like disadvantage next time he.
That's assuming he survived. No, these things are not very sturdy.
Oh.
It seizes up, and then just falls as if it was a rigid mannequin, bang, down on the ground.
Well, you really hurt his feelings.
Gharat, what are you doing?
You mean Varg?
Varg?
Oh, Varg, sorry. Yeah, Varg, what are you doing?
We're like,
he's moved to this pinch point here, and he's blocking the path.
Okay.
He's got his axe ready, and if anyone comes to this doorway, or many come to this doorway, he will
Got it. Okay.
guard it.
Okay. Then it is. Let's see here. I think that's it. Oh, them, I guess. Did I lose? No, I won. I already attacked.
won.
No, you went, yeah.
Okay, so I think that's everybody then, guys. Round 2. Round doso. And John, you're up for your initiative. Everyone decide what you're doing, and then fucking hell, John beat my 16 again. I did flip it around. Oh, so close. I am acting on a 16.
17.
All right. So then, first up, we have, I think Manny. Manny's usually faster than anybody. Manny, you're up first.
I'm staying where I'm in for the moment. Holding an attack action for when one of my allies is in melee with one of these things, and then I'll run in and do my thing. Or do I need?
That's actually, yeah, that's readying 2 actions then.
Okay, so I can. That's fine. I can run in because I'm running from a hidden position, so
Yep.
I should, in theory, still that should help.
Yeah, no. If your stealth has deked them out, so you will
So
have
if I-
advantage. Yeah, you'll have advantage on this if you want to just try and.
So, yeah, so I'll go in and I will hold the attack action and yell at the half orcs, "Come give me a hand!"
Well, you do have advantage because of your stealth. You sort of ran around and then came running
Yeah,
out.
so I can just do it.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yep, you can do stealth.
My sneak attack regardless.
She goes racing around the pillar, comes running out the other side, jumps up.
And I'm still, I still look like. Do I still look like Torn?
I think your concentration's probably blown by this point.
Probably at this point.
Yep.
It's a minute, so it would have gone anyway.
So you
boom.
leap, plunge your short sword into this thing's, or dagger, into this thing's like neck. Sparks kind of fly out, and that air horn kind of.
That's for talking. Why did I
Okay.
go cola?
Then yeah, just see my face and start faking a Scottish accent. Then it is Jack and Baradad.
I'm gonna command my mobile flamethrower to move 15 feet to here, which is how far I can move.
Yep.
And then it will suddenly a burst of flame will arc out of it.
Okay.
It should show up any second. There it is.
Okay.
50-foot cone. So just grab. It'll just get the one.
So it does take 5. It nearly takes it down. Its lab coat's on fire. It does not look good.
Okay, and that's my bonus, and so which allows me to do both a move, have it move, and fire.
Yep.
And then I'll be using every turn. I'm basically going to use my action to
Give us an
start.
Arcana check, please.
Okay.
Yep. Or hold on. Engineering kit tools.
Aha.
I think you're trained with those, or artificer's tools, whatever they're called in 5e.
Tinker's tools.
Yep. There we go. Third time
Are
lucky.
we getting? Are we getting a sense that like I realize that the Titan we fought last week is obviously not at all in the same league as these guys, but like, are these guys going down easier than we would think they normally should?
If they're just mage rights and they're not combatants, a trained combatant can usually overpower someone who's not.
I'm just wondering if like I saw these in action during the war, and if I'm like,
As far as these are different from any Warforged you saw during the war. The Warforged at first, like what ended up happening is they were originally built as like foot soldiers, and then a whole bunch of different specialized versions came out afterwards. Yes, excellent. Yeah, so you're starting to work your way. Then it is Jack's going Bear Dad. What are you doing, Bear Dad?
He's gonna move into the room, see what he can see. And there's only one left.
Yep.
I'm gonna firebolt it.
Please do.
Cool.
don't hit me.
So what you see, many, is that the gout of flame from some tiny little thing suddenly, erupts out, and then another gout of flame hits it, and it falls down. Guys, your combatants are gone. We don't need to carry on with initiative right now. So, Jack, you need to give me 3 more successes, please.
Okay. Here we go.
And you guys can tell me what the rest of you guys are doing while Jack is fussing around with this thing.
Oh. So do I have like a successes versus failures that I know?
Yes, because when you hit something, there's sort of there's a pulse of energy that goes up. You do have some astonishing fortune left if you choose.
I'm thinking about it. I'm just wondering if it's
Is Tinker's Tools an ability check?
Yep.
I can just help you.
that would be
You
that
do
would
need
be
to give a
helpful.
narrative way of assisting that. So, like, what would he? This is unfortunately something that I think, unless you're trained with Tinker's Tools as well, which you might be.
I'm not. I have Forger Kit and Thieves Tools, and I don't imagine they have any similarities.
Okay.
Um,
You're not trained in Arcana.
I don't think I am. Let me double check, but I don't think I am.
No.
I am.
Are you?
I have
Oh,
a checkbox. in it.
Yep. So then that would have been rolled with advantage. So that's 23. That's a success.
okay, awesome.
Okay.
I'm gonna say though, Kev, that I had to just miss my invisibility so he could help me. Just she could help me.
Yep. Works for me.
In the meantime, would it be possible for me to grab the stilts, get back on them, and recast minor, and be ready to cast minor illusion again if we get?
I might need before you do that, Manny. I might need a little bit more help here.
Yeah, I could easily gather them for you.
I'll put the
Okay.
stilts nearby.
Okay.
I'll gather them for you. You don't gotta worry getting them.
Yes.
There we go. We got 3 successes. Only need 1 more.
Okay. Don't go anywhere, Manny.
I mean, torn.
Oh,
Thank goodness Minnie's there.
yeah.
You know, one thing I'm looking forward to with tomorrow's game? Savage Rules, you cannot use bennies to re-roll a critical fail.
That's true. Yeah.
All right, so then, guys, you've got this thing finally in place, and there's a slight shift in color. The inside of this place has got sort of a violet bluish color, and for a brief second it shifts a hue to greenish that pulses up and pulses down. Now, how do you guys plan on escaping?
Well, so far it seems that trying to bluff our way through seemed to work. Should we try that on a way out.
Because you rolled so well too, do you want this thing to go off now? Not like right now, but you could set this so that the timer starts going down.
Yeah, right now.
We also hear Gargoyle's an orphan. Boom.
I cut back to the discussion. So once I get the different shard in, how much time should I put on the timer before it blows?
We need to help get the laborers out.
Yes. So should I make it hours of time?
No.
If this thing is
I
ready to
wanna
go
be
off,
sure.
it would likely draw attention.
Yeah, we don't want to give it long enough to try to disarm it.
Yeah. I think maybe just like a minute, because it's not big enough. Because it's not doing what it was going to do before.
That's
right?
true.
Yeah.
It's
That's
smaller, so it's going to be a huge distraction, and it won't kill us. But
So
it might
I'll put-
actually be the distraction we need to get out of here.
Once this thing goes off, like all the shards will be effectively consumed or destroyed in this. You're not quite sure what it's going to do now, but when the pulse goes through Baradad, that keening in your ear is gone. Blessed silence, finally.
So I think I set it for 1 minute.
yeah, and let's get out if we can. And once it blows up, then the gnome can send them down here to find out what's going on or whatever.
So we cut to outside, and what we see is like there's a bunch of the Warforged are now trying to like calm down the orcish laborers. Everybody is singing Gharat's labor union song right now. So there's this huge like voice of orcs and half orcs and whatnot all screaming out and like get out, get back to work. Blah, blah, blah. And everyone's kind of stopped. The big Warforged are kind of at a halt. One of I think a bunch of the Dragon Marked House people come walking up towards it, torn at the head, and is like, get them back to work now. Put this down, however you need to. And how do you guys get out? We'll go in reverse order. How do you extract yourself from here? More of the
We
scene?
escape on the airship. No, I'm just kidding.
If you could force a member of
That'd
House of
be
Demandar
awesome.
to operate it, you absolutely can do that.
Oh, that's what we should do.
I could charm them.
Yeah, that would be great. It's Eberron. We have to take an airship.
Well, it might be the way that we can get to the people of Dimwater and save them before the cultists kill them all.
Yes. Let's go for the airship, guys.
Now, the
Yeah.
Swordwood is not a particularly tough spell, but do you guys have anything that could take out those gates? That does seem to be the only thing keeping or ensuring that these people cannot go anywhere.
Can his firebolt do it?
Firebolt, unlikely. Not enough juice.
Not
And
even.
Like a lightning bolt?
Lightning bolt is a more powerful spell.
Okay.
I'm not going to be able to bluff that one. They're not going to take an order from Torn. They would question that in a heartbeat.
Okay.
And I also have Shatter, which is particularly effective against
Inanimate.
not inorganic matter.
Okay. So if you guys can, we'll cut the scene up to all this stuff is going on. We cut to the deck of the House Lyrandar ship, and it's people dressed very much like we saw in the opening scenes of the House Lyrandar walking around. And one of the half elves says to another one in a language that we don't understand, "What are they doing down there?" And it just shakes his head. Savages. And then we hear a click. And he turns around to see Jak, the half orc, with a gun pointed at his head. And Gharat, what were you going to do?
Oh. Come, my friends. There's no need for such words. Perhaps it's time to go for a trip, my good friend.
And this is for you, Hobbs. We see cutting from the ground, looking up. Wahoo! And one of the guys is thrown overboard by Varg.
Also see Baradad there. He cast comprehend languages saying, "Savages indeed."
Ooh. So we can see back in the chamber now. All the crystals have turned green, and this electricity is going back and forth. We see from Bertak Torn's perspective, he's looking down and still trying to argue. We hear the roar of the ring of fire around the skyship. And as a reminder, let me think here. Where is it here? Dino Heist, I think I got a handout.
Please tell me that he falls into that burning ring of fire.
He did go down, and then down.
Oh, nice.
So this is what the skyship or the airship looks like, guys. And the ring of fire roars. He looks up and he says, "Where are they going? What do they have?" And it goes down towards the gate. And then what do we see, guy?
I want a minor illusion myself as Torn doing a.
the man who you still have nothing with, dressed in the Kenneth robes, he leans forward and says, "Is that?" And he says, "It's not me."
Baradad, are you gonna blast the? Oh, you guys shattering the things open, right? Or no? Is that because you?
Simultaneous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Jack, am I correct in thinking your spell goes through your gun?
Oh, of course. Yeah. So I stick in a rune slug, and sonic boom into the thing.
Form throughout the whole thing, and then Baradad, almost as if like the vessel itself is lending you power. Lightning begins to course across the deck, and you unleash this, and there's this explosion of the doors going out. And as soon as it goes off, you hear as they were one, everyone is chanting down on, like, all the orcs are like, "Yeah!" And Gharat, your voice can easily carry down there. Do you say anything?
Skybreakers or something like that.
So they all, "Yeah!" And all now singing as one, all the orcs surge forward. So we see you guys kind of flying out over the shadow marches. We can see them begin to pour out of here. And then I think at that point, the man whose name we know not yet, the man with the magic, he stops and his eyes kind of glow, first blue and then green. And he looks back at the structure, and he looks at Tor and he says, "Something's wrong." And then there's this huge pulse of greenish light that goes out. And from where you guys can see, it goes out, and then, of course, because this is a 2000s-ish action thing, a giant beam of light goes up. And then so what we see is, as it goes up, it sort of spreads in fans, and there's this flash that's blinding to all of you. And Baradad, you can feel that there are butterflies in your stomach. And you guys look over, and there is a tearing sound as space and time opens. And there's a brief moment where all of you look horrified at each other. Has something gone wrong? Jack, did you screw up your calculations? And then you hear the roar. And you see the wingspan of approximately 100 feet as a titanic green dragon flies out of the light, cries out, circles around overhead, and it just shouts out one bellowing word in common: "Skybreakers!" And every single one of the orcs cries out as well, "Skybreakers!"
Baradad's pointing his staff up in the air. Yeah!
And what you guys see is on one pass, the entire structure goes down. On a second pass, one of the massive sections of walls go down, and the orcs begin all streaming out, running for their own freedom. The orcs, there are many things that can be said of the orcs of the Shadow Marches. Being unable to wield anything as a weapon is never something that would be levied against them. These Warforged did not know what the fight they picked, and we see them all surging over and making their way to freedom. You guys have a clear view of this from the deck, and what do you guys do? What is our way of ending the Bane of the Blue Sky Mine?
Seems like we should find Yargle and the other members of Dimwater and pick them up in the airship.
Just go save your son.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that at that point you see Varg reaches into his bag and he pulls out that little toy, and he's looking at it and he says, I just hope we're not too late.
And Gharat rips out his axe and starts playing a guitar.
Now, Many, there is one question that you have that lingers. Where's Beradad? He was standing here a moment ago.
Oh no, he just got Fitzdentalist.
Beradad fulfilled his mission.
Because Beradad is the dragon.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All that's left of him is the staff that had clattered to the floor.
Yeah,
And there's a tree there.
Many, maybe you see. Oh shit!
Minnie stands up and as she approaches the edge of the ship, puts her hands on the rails on the starboard side, looks up and watches the dragon, grins to herself, nods a couple times, and then you see her take out her notepad and jot a few things down.
Awesome. So, as we see the sky ship heading off in the direction of the camp, we will iris out, and then we will roll credits. So,
Can we cut to one last moment
Of course,
where
yeah, absolutely.
we see close on basically a newspaper with Many's byline, and it is the story of everything that just transpired from her insider's point of view.
yep.
And then it gets crumpled up and thrown down, and we see the person reading it is the man with magic.
Yes. Only his eyes now are permanently glowing green.
Oh, nice.
All names redacted, and of course, citizens.
It's your gnome in the what do you call it? Your gnome in the marches is your what do you call it? Your byline, because you're still writing the correspondent from there. Foreign correspondent Many Musgraven.
Nice.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, that was a shit ton of fun. Thanks so much for playing
Totally.
again. For those
great.
listening at home, thank you so much for joining us. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game, our series of Eberron, tales, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. I will remind you again, too, that there still is 2 more days. If you're listening to us live or contemporaneous, till the end of February, you still can get those sweet, sweet deals from Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse on their Gold Edition Eberron Rising from the Last War box set. It really is an amazing box set. Everything that's in the Eberron Rising from the Last War book is there, as well as a bunch of extra adventures, a ton of extra handouts, dragon shards. It's just incredible. And in addition to that, they've also got a bunch of other stuff that's on sale, including buying dragon shards separately as well, too. And if Eberron is not your game, I don't know why you'd be watching this, but if it isn't, there's still a bunch of other amazing things that are on offer from Beetle and Grimm, and they have many more to come, I'm sure, in the future. And if you do like the products from Beetle and Grimm, they have been generous enough to donate to us for our upcoming first charity raffle for 2021. We have a copy of their Platinum Edition Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden, I say crate set, because it's really more than a box set. And that includes all the adventure material from the Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden, as well as a bunch of extra maps and miniatures and handouts and in-universe things, and it's an incredible product, and you can win that if you donate at least $25 Canadian to the Heroes Save Villages campaign we run on the channel. Heroes Save Villages benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, a really terrific organization active in over 130 countries that benefits over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children. And for every $25 Canadian that you donate between now and April 1st, you will get one chance to win that copy, the Platinum Edition, or second prize is a copy of the Silver Edition of the Rime of the Frost Maiden, Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden box set. It's equally awesome, just has a little less of the accessories. If you don't win that, you still got some other cool stuff, including a dice bag made, a chainmail dice bag made by our resident armorsmith, Dave, a dice tray made by our very own Andrew here. He has put his proficiency slot into carpentry. If you don't win that, there's still a bunch of other prizes from the Red Bubble Shop. There's some great zines from Hobbs. And thanks to my either I haven't sorted it out yet. Either I screwed up and I accidentally ordered 2 copies of the new starter set from City of Mist from Son of Oak Studio, or they sent me a second one by accident. Whatever the case is, I'm also going to kick that in for the prize. So it'll also be a prize to get the brand new City of Mist starter set. And if you don't win that, you still got prizes from the Red Bubble Shop for the Dungeon Musings Red Bubble Shop, including posters, T-shirts, and some other cool things like T-shirts like mugs, and masks as well too. I've sold more masks than anything else. Like the things I've actually sold in the store, there's been a lot of masks that have gone.
Wow.
And again, the all donations. You also have a chance with your donations to participate in our charity sessions by way of selecting what game we're going to play. Most recently, we have coming tomorrow afternoon, the first of our charity sessions from that have been voted on. We've got the Savage Worlds Rifts one shot tomorrow. Nice, for which George has been doing his homework. We also have the donors who have donated since January 1st have been able to spend the money that they donated as well to help outfit our heroes. And we've had some people very generously help outfit the heroes with some additional firearms, with some pretty great transportation, some extra supplies. So should make for a harder job for me to make their lives a living hell tomorrow. Make it a fun, challenging endeavor. Best of all, what you get a chance to do is help out some kids who could really benefit from some help. The current crisis has not been easy on anybody, least of which the folks or kids who are orphaned or abandoned living in developing countries. So great chance to help out some kids, great chance to win some amazing gaming stuff, and to participate in the gaming going on the channel. And once again, we say a huge thank you to our friends at Beetle and Grimm for their enormous generosity for supporting these charity raffles. We hope that Eberron has been a terrific event for them. And yeah, we look forward to doing it again next February, I guess. Although I got a sneaking suspicion it's not going to take that long for us to go back to Eberron. So,
yeah.
All right. So then for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us. If you are joining us during the current crisis, we do hope that this finds you healthy, safe, and weathering the current crisis as well as can be expected. We hope that you've enjoyed our time back in the land of the last war, and that we've given you a couple of hours to take your mind off of the troubles of our world. Until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and bless you.
Thanks for pausing.
And happy gaming.
Bye.